They are coming in. You guys, we're so stoked to have everyone here. We're going to learn some self-defense today. And this whole idea of doing a self-defense 101 seminar, we've always kind of been on the fence, like, oh, how can we do this? Because in the past, whenever there was a major incident of an assault or a violent attack in the media, what would happen is, we can go to gallery for us, Tracy. What would happen in the media, something crazy would happen, and we were like, man, we need to show some answers, right? Because we see a situation of violence, and even though it's traumatic and it's hard to watch and it's very unfortunate for the victim and the survivor in that situation, when we see that, we look at that and we go, man, 100% we have answers that could benefit someone if they were in this same situation. And normally we offer self-defense seminars at that point. We say, okay, we're going to do kickoff seminars at all these certified training centers around the world. And then we have these brick and mortar schools. People go to these seminars and they're awesome. And sometimes here we have 400, 500, 600, people sign up. They come in, they do a seminar, and then they love it. And a lot of times it's their first time doing jiu-jitsu.
Oftentimes.
Most of the time.
That's the whole point of this, is to get people who have never touched or seen jiu-jitsu or even self-defense to come join the party. And
all the fencers. You know who the fencers are? We know who you are. We know who you guys are. Those of you who are like big time MMA fans, you know all the names of the moves, you know all the fighters, you're big fans of the sport, and even jiu-jitsu, you kind of know, you see all the breakdowns, you've been watch our stuff through the nights over and over again, but you've never actually done a class. You're like, it's not for me. Those are called the fencers. And our objective in every one of these seminars, in person and today through Zoom, is to get you fencers off the fence. And if you know I'm talking to you, just give me a little smile, because I can see you guys right now. And if you're a fencer, just be like, okay. Now, if you're team jiu-jitsu and you're already trained and you've been practicing for a long time, we appreciate you being here in the party. And many of you are watching from our actual certified training centers, and we appreciate you guys joining the party as well. But really, we call it lowest common denominator. The people who always wanted to do jiu-jitsu either were too intimidated, maybe they had previous injuries from a car accident, or a situation they might have been in.
Or maybe they don't have a school in their area.
They don't have a school, or they went to a school and had a terrible experience, which is not uncommon with the average BJJ school because it can be done very dangerously. So it's almost like they have a terrible taste in their mouth from jiu-jitsu in general. Well, guess what, friends? The brick and mortar live kickoff seminars, not an option. So we're like, okay, we're going to go Zoom. And then our Andrea Puerta in Miami, Florida was assaulted on the train, as we all saw, that violent assault where the guy comes in and just brutalizes her, throws her, kicks her, and then just walks out like nothing happened. And then did it to two other guys just moments, 3 minutes after he attacked Andrea, he attacked two other men on the same train. And when we see stuff like that, it's a reminder that violence isn't always predictable. Violence isn't always called for. Violence isn't always instigated, like you said something wrong and then someone attacked you or you looked at them wrong. Violence can come out of nowhere on anyone for no reason. And it's not that common, right? We're not trying to say this so that you live in fear. What we are saying, though, is that Andrea did nothing other than sit on a train, going to and from work, and on her phone, minding her business, which she should be able to do. But yet she was violently attacked in a close quarter situation, which is even more challenging because distance is not an option. So that really got us saying, nope, no more waiting. We have to do another seminar, and we have to do it for the masses online. And the confidence to do this through Zoom and online is rooted very heavily in the fact that we've been teaching now for 4 or 5 months, every single day of the week, Zoom actual live classes. And the progress has been so unbelievable for our students and for our own growth and for the school's growth that we're like, this is crazy how much progress we're making on Zoom with so many hundreds and hundreds of people from all over the world are tuning into regular classes. And we're like, okay, we can now introduce people from all over the world to jiu-jitsu through Zoom. We're confident that this is an effective learning medium, and we're going to have a ton of fun today, you guys. But the progress we've seen through Zoom, both in partnered households and in solo households where they're doing it by themselves, is just unbelievable. So our expectation today is that wherever you are and whichever platform you're watching through, we're going to teach actual techniques. You're going to actually do the techniques. When we show you how to do them, there's partnered variations and there's solo applications. I actually need a hoodie for later when we get that break.
Yeah.
There's partnered and there's solo applications. So no matter who you are, it could be a parent and a child, brother and sister, husband and wife, siblings, mom and dad, doesn't matter. You're going to do jiu-jitsu with us today. You're going to actually practice. If you sit down and you do not participate for this whole time, for any reason other than, you had a recent car accident and you can't move your whole body, if that's the only excuse, if you can't physically move, for any other reason, you need to actually do this seminar with us. Otherwise,
and you don't
you're
need
wasting
a mat.
everyone's
You don't
time.
need a mat. All you need is a little bit of space.
Boom.
Maybe a soft surface would be nice.
Carpet
so
is
if you have
nice,
a
but
carpet, carpet, a rug, just a little bit of area to get down on the floor.
But we have students on Zoom who've been doing it on hardwood floor for the last 4 months. And I'm like, what are you doing, bro? Invest in the smallest little mat. And he's like, nah, straight. If I'm gonna fight in a street fight, I gotta know what it feels like. I'm like, dude, you're so genius. Don't take that as advice. I'm just saying it's happening, you guys.
That's right.
So we're gonna do it. We're gonna expect you guys to actually practice, and you're gonna have a chance to ask questions. So we're gonna start with a warm-up, jiu-jitsu warm-up, where we're gonna do some movements that won't even make sense why we're doing them. And then once we do the techniques, you're gonna go, oh my gosh, the warm-ups played into the actual moves that we are now doing. Okay, so jiu-jitsu warm-ups for today's jiu-jitsu techniques. After the warm-ups, we're gonna see our techniques. We have about 6 techniques slated. It's gonna be adjusted based on the time and how the clock runs. But I think we have enough time to have a lot of fun, you guys, and actually learn jiu-jitsu.
And actually learn something, and that's right. And I think it's important to set up some expectations for what you guys are going to be doing and learning today. And what we don't recommend is that after the seminar, you go out and like pick a fight and try to test it out. Okay, we don't recommend that yet.
Who wants to fight me?
Okay,
don't go challenging everybody.
So what will we learn today? The idea today is that specifically from that Andrea part, that assault, we talked about a principle. And that principle was distance management. And we are going to focus so heavily on that principle because our belief is that even, at least at the end of this seminar, if you can understand and actually embody some of that principle with the techniques that we are learning, your chance of survivability in a fight or an altercation goes way up. So even if we can just understand that concept, and it's a simple one, but seeing it's easy to understand, hard to apply because it's very counterintuitive, which is what we're going to see. So we're going to dive so heavy into that. The goal is for you guys to leave today feeling like I understand this principle. I understand how a smaller person could defend themselves against a larger person if they simply understand how to employ these principles.
Love that. And just to give you an idea of what's accomplishable here, in an average year, the average police officer gets 4 hours of jiu-jitsu type training in the whole year. Today, in the 2 hours we're together, you're going to get half of an American police officer's arsenal and
training. Which is
not
saying much.
Which is not saying much. It's saying more about what they're not getting, but it's also saying, listen, if cops are trusted on 4 hours a year, we can do some damage in 2 hours with the source of the information. Where the cops come to get the information is Gracies University, and we're going direct to the end user, which is you guys today. We're going to have a blast. Question and answer. So here's how this is going to work to keep this kind of structured and orderly. There's a lot of people in the Zoom room. We're going to scan through. We're going to see you guys practicing. We see you
all
now.
of you guys right now.
So as that happens, if you have a question, put it in the chat. Write it down. Hey, on this technique, why is this going this way or why is it going that way? And when you do this, why doesn't it work like that? And Tracy, our moderator, and Mark, our videographer here, are supervising the situation from behind the scenes. Tracy is going to field the questions, and if it applies directly to the technique, she'll throw it at us. Hey, Chris is asking, why do we grab the wrist like that instead of like this? She'll throw it at us. We'll just answer it in the flow. If it's a little more in depth, we're going to look to bring you into the Zoom room and actually call you in, put you on screen, talk to you directly, and hear from you as we do in our regular Zoom classes, like I said, that we do 6 days a week for the last several months. So after Q&A, then at the very end of today, techniques are going to go down, Q&A is going to go down throughout the whole thing. At the end, we're going to talk to you guys about how the programs actually work. Gracie Combatives, Gracie Bully Proof, Women Empowered, Master Cycle, which is our advanced program. All of these are full-on programs at CTCs and Gracie University, and we're now running them fully through Zoom. So these are the programs you have a chance to participate in. If you love today's class, you're going to have a chance to inquire, learn more, and we're going to make a very special offer available at the end of today's class for you to continue with us on regular Zoom classes. So if this is the best online jiu-jitsu experience you've ever had in your life, hang with us till the end. We're going to make an unbelievable fencer offer. That means it's designed to get you off the fence and be so excited about doing this that you want to stay with us, because otherwise you did 2 hours, you got to see Rener and Eve, you hung out for a little bit on a Sunday morning, and peace out, you go on your way, and then 6 months from now when you need these skills, they're not there anymore because they are perishable skills. So we're going to talk to you about how the programs live on Zoom, what you can do, how we track in each individual student's progress, and how you can make official formalized progress through your Zoom practice, coupled with occasional visits at certified training centers to actually become a full-on student of Gracie University no matter where you live. We're going for it, you guys. We're here. We're going to make this happen. We're so excited to have you guys here. Thanks for joining us. Let's get ready. So whatever your training space is, I want you to kind of adjust your camera so we can see it there. And we're going to get started. Make sure you're very cognizant of tables, corners, chairs, couches, other hard objects. We don't want you to hurt yourself in the process, but we're going to have a ton of fun. So let's start by spreading away from your neighbor and get some own space on the floor right here. And let's lay down, you guys, and just rock your body up and down. Let's rock together. We can see all you guys. Let's go. Everyone lay down. Just move around here, rocking and turning in a circle. Everything we're learning is going to count for an actual technique. Everyone's laying down. Let's go. And moving and circling and moving and rocking. Let's go, Chris. Here we go, Barbara. We see all of you guys. Let's go. Nice. And once you've rocked a little bit now, check this out. So now put one foot on the ground and one foot up and use the foot that's on the ground to pivot. Let's go. Everyone's pivoting.
Look, we're pivoting towards the foot that's on the ground. So
that foot is the one that you're pivoting.
Around. Foot is up.
Yes, everyone should be on speaker view on your computer. Instead of gallery view, you should see only us. So make sure you change your computer to speaker view. Switch legs, other foot. Going, going, going.
Keeping your head off the ground.
If you're home, you're joining us. If you're watching without doing, you're not going to maximize it, you guys. Excellent. Beautiful. Now, both feet on the ground. Check this out. Both heels close to your hips. What I want you to do now is bridge up. Keep your elbows really tight to your ribs. Bridge up. Turn and touch, and then come back. Bridge up, turn and touch. Forward. Reach for the mat and look in the direction that you're going. Whatever your comfortable range of motion is, touch.
And keeping your elbows tucked for safety of your shoulders
touch.
Here.
Everyone's doing it, you guys. Touch. Join us in the movement. Move the couch out of the way and get down. 2 more. 1.
As high as you can.
2. Excellent. Nice. Now lay on your back. Check this out. On your side. Lay on your side, and what I want you to do is use your feet. So I'm facing you guys with the camera this way. Use your feet, your toes on the ground, on your side, one knee down, one leg up, and move your hips back, but your shoulder stays.
First, just lift your hips. First, just lift your hips. Everyone just do this.
Up, down, up, down.
Lift your hips off the ground, using your feet and your shoulders.
Like just by 1 or 2 inches off the ground, barely, okay? So now look, use both feet on the ground, everybody, and move your hips back. We're gonna do a shrimp circle. Shrimp, boom.
Lift your hips
shrimp.
And push it back.
Making a circle, guys.
This is called a shrimp movement. We're going to talk about it later, reference it later. Here.
After you do a 360, turn the other way on your side. Put both feet on the ground. Loose your hips. Go as far as you can on each shot. Go. Shrimp. Feet. Shrimp. Feet. You should be able to do a full 360 without touching, without moving your shoulder. Your shoulder's just a pivot point. Excellent. Awesome. Okay, you guys, now lay on your back right here. Do this favor for me. So loosen up your hips a little bit. We're going to use our hips today. So egg beaters with your feet, where your knees are just opening.
If you've never done this before and this feels very strange,
you're
slowly. Not alone.
Egg beaters, lay down. Let's go, guys.
Not alone at all. Just kind of 1, 2, just kind of use one at a time.
Looking sharp right there. Joe's looking sharp. I see Joe, Tammy, Alan.
Awesome, Dan.
Lucy and Larry. Egg beaters. Now watch this. So now, do me this favor, cross your legs, extend your legs far out, and then bring your knees as close as you can. And when you do, your hips should come off the ground like an inch. Yeah, so your feet are crossed, okay? You're gonna extend all the way out with your feet crossed and then come in all the way, it's called a high guard. You wanna guard your legs up really high, elbows tight. One more time, out, and back. Nice. Now uncross your feet, put your heels together, and look, put your forearms outside your thighs like this. And now move your knees up and down. Your forearms don't leave your thighs. Do not let them disconnect. Go. 2. Boom. Boom. We're blocking punches here from the guard. We're going to cover that in a second. Today, excellent. Now put both feet on the ground, both feet down and hips up. With your knees together. Hips down. Cross your legs. Feet down. Hips up. Hips down. Cross your legs. Feet on the ground. Feet are kind of not together. They're a little bit separate. And your hips elevate to where your body's flat. Excellent. Boom, boom, and cross. And down and up. And in and cross. And down and up. Last one. Down and up. And now watch feet on the hips. With both feet. Look at my, like plie. You know ballet? I know ballet, you guys. Look, it's plie. Eve, is this right?
Yes, that's it.
Plie, you guys. Do this. So I want your feet up, heels touching.
Together, feet out.
Hands in front of your face. And now, I want you to bring that plie as low as you can, however comfortable you can come deep, and then cross your legs around their body. Yep, and then cross your legs behind their back. Yep. This is going to be guard is your best friend, you guys. This is called guard. The person's in here, it's your best friend. We're going to cover it today a bunch. So go back up, feet on the hips, toes out, plie. Don't lock your knees out. Slight bend in the knees, and then let them in, let them in, let them in, and then lock your legs and cross. And cross your feet behind their back. Good. Go again. They stand up, plie, boom, block the hips, hands are up, protecting your face. Let them in, all the way in, and cross your legs and end up in the closed guard. Excellent. And now we got them in closed guard. Beautiful. Excellent, you guys. We're ready. Last one. Check this out. Laying on your back, here's what I want you to do. I want you to be on your back. I want you to sit up and hug the torso of a subject. So sit up, do a full sit up, and grab your own wrist behind their back, and then push yourself to the ground. Nice. And once you push yourself down, I want you to do a little shoulder walk.
Pushing off your feet, walk your shoulders.
Use your feet and do a little crawl. And then do it again. Sit up, hug.
And grab your hands, your own wrist.
Down.
And bring them down. Keeping your head and chin tucked. Chin tucked, that's very important so we don't hit our head on the ground.
And up,
and back.
hug.
Sit up and hug.
And pull down and shoulder walk. And everybody spin around. Use your foot to spin yourself around. Nice. Sit up, hug, and pull. Nice. Now watch. Shoulder walk. And sit up, hug, pull. Shoulder walk. Up, hug, pull. Shoulder walk. Now use your foot. Lift your other leg. Pivot. Nice. And action. Congratulations, you guys. You don't even know it, but you guys learned a lot of techniques.
You just did a lot of jiu-jitsu.
Excellent. Okay, so here's what we want to do next. I want to talk to you guys about a situation that's so common, whether it's during an altercation or imagine a situation where Eve is minding her own business. It could be a man or a woman who's sitting down and a person just kind of stumbles into her territory here. What do we mean by that? Her personal space. What does that even mean? That means that she's just minding her business and homeboy comes up and is like, hey, so can I sit with you? It's late. The sun seems to be set. You're by yourself. You look lonely. Can I be with you?
No, I'm good.
Come on, you don't remember me?
Yeah, no.
And he's kind of stumbling, a little alcohol in his breath. You know what I'm saying? A little creepy guy right coming close. Here's the problem. What's going through Eve's mind right now? Eve, help them read your mind.
I want to get away.
Yeah, for sure. It's just not awkward.
Me out.
Because he's too much in the bubble right here. This is very awkward. Right? He shouldn't be this close. Now, any decent human being should not approach someone like this. They know that. They should know that as I walk up on her, I'm like, hey, if I need something from her, I'm like, hey, I got a flat tire. Can you help me? Nope. And then she has the choice to decide. But to walk up and be right in her space, it's already very, very disrespectful and violating of that personal bubble. And if she faces me and stands up any old way, go ahead. Boom, 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 boom. It can become a serious attack, can evolve from this because she's sitting down, this person is standing up. I have an advantage of gravity over her.
Yeah, many of you are saying just stand up, right? Which is a great idea. I would like to get to my feet to be able to get away, but if I just stand up anyway, like Henner said, he can just push me right back
And
down.
here's why. Parallel feet keep Eve off balance. Okay? Her feet being parallel, look at the line between her 2 feet and the line between my 2 feet. They're parallel. So as a result, she's tippable. She's not going to get up. But if instead she does this, watch this. She gets up with perpendicular base. There's no way she's going to get pushed back down on the get up. And now she can address the threat. She can hit the person. She can back up. She can run. All things she couldn't do if she was stuck on her hips on the ground. One more time,
you have
please.
to think about this in the context of an altercation. It's very likely somebody might fall to the ground. So whether it's a situation where someone's there,
when he pushes you down, and she has to get back up.
If you need to get back up and your feet are here, it's very difficult to get back up to your feet. So we want to practice getting back up to our feet as quickly as possible.
Watch Eve, teach us.
And we do that with our base. So instead of having parallel feet, you guys can watch this one, and then you guys are going to join us on the subsequent ones here. So first, just kind of watch and observe. I'm going to cross my feet ankle to ankle. So this looks very casual, right? My one ankle is close to my hips. The other foot is right out in front here. My hand on the side of the flat leg is down on the ground by my hips. And then I can just lift my hips off the ground. And when I do that, watch, my foot lands outside of my hand. But look at now my legs. We call this like the house. How strong this is, how my knees are facing out, and it's very sturdy. Okay?
And most importantly, is that look at the feet. Just
correct. Yeah, so the most important part about this is that, as Henner mentioned, if I do this if my feet end up parallel to his, I'm going to be able to fall. So what I want is for my feet, the angle of my feet to be perpendicular to Henner's. Okay, and I do that here. I want to make sure that my front foot is facing him. My hips come up and my foot lands outside, and now we're here.
And now if they push, you're in base. If they don't push, no problem.
I can get up and I can run.
Better to be ready and not need it than to need it and not be ready. This is the case of all of jiu-jitsu. Learn it.
So everyone have a seat.
Let's do it, guys. Come on.
You're sitting down. So start from like your casual way of sitting.
What's
how
up, dude?
How do you sit when you're watching TV, when you're hanging out?
Doesn't matter.
Just here. However we casually sit, we want to get to our get up in base ready position.
So as creepers walking up,
we do this. So let's start with our right leg down. Everyone do the same side so that we can kind of talk you through this. So everyone's right leg is tucked, left leg is posted right in front here.
Run up, one down, guys. Let's go.
Now your right hand is going to be close to your hip. Very close to your hip. And now everyone just lift up your hips right now. Don't even stand up. Just lift your hips off the ground by pushing off of our hand. Beautiful.
Nice. Good, Shani.
Great. So now from here, hips go up, and now watch our foot is gonna land right outside of our hand. Now don't lift your hand off the ground until what? Your foot lands.
Until you land.
And now we're here, strong base. Let's look at that one more time. Everyone back down. Let's try it again.
Do it with us, guys.
Yeah. So I want you to look at this. One of the most common mistakes is hand goes out and the foot tries to go inside of the hand.
Look.
Right?
Boom.
That is not a house. This is a very
Well, she'll just get pushed back down.
ugly
Very
house.
weak.
Very, very weak base. The strongest base is hand close to our hip, hips up, foot lands right outside. And we're up.
And then we're up in base.
And back down, hands can go down. And here's the thing, if you need 2 hands down, we can do that as well. So it could be that one hand is blocking while the other one gets up, or it could be that we need both hands because it's unstable terrain. Everyone lift your hips, your foot lands outside, boom, and we're up. And now we can move around.
Bring him in. Excellent. So that's the standard variation. Now, if the person's here, sit down, Eve. So the person's standing over you, and you feel a little too close. It doesn't feel safe to get up from this distance. There's also a ninja get-up or a jump back variation. Watch this. Look how far she is. So in the same exact get-up, she was able to get up with much more distance. One more time, Eve. So all she does is she folds and puts her hands further back.
The same, but my hands end up further back. I push off
both
my
hands
front
on the
leg,
ground.
Push off my front leg, and watch as my legs land.
Look how far. So
look how I land, though, in base still.
Okay, so everyone sit
Still
down.
perpendicular, still legs wide.
Do it with me, you guys. We're sitting down, both hands on the ground. So right here, one leg up, one leg down. Put your hands. The further back you put your hands, the further back you'll be able to jump. But here's the key, you guys. Listen to this. The front leg is the last leg off the ground and the first leg on the ground. So last one up, first one down. Watch my front foot. Just watch I'm going to push off that guy, catch, and land. Last foot touching, first foot catching. Okay, so do this, put your hands down and jump back, but land in a wide base. Go. And then jump back down. Nice.
I want to watch some.
Both hands down, push off the feet. Let's go. Everyone's trying it. Off the couch, on the ground. And push back.
Both hands down.
Boom. And then jump back down. Hands down, put your feet, jump straight back. Nice. If you're feeling lucky,
Larry,
switch sides, you guys. Look, I switch my legs. I'm facing the other way. Left leg down, right leg up. Both hands down. Looking great, Steve. Push off the feet with both hands.
Beautiful.
Watch this jump back. 1, 2, and I'm up. And I'm back. Last one, you guys.
Nice.
Hands down, jump back in base, and we're up. Perfect.
Yes.
This is it, you guys. And this is how you want to stand up only for the rest of your lives. As long as you do that, you'll never have an issue getting to your feet during a potential altercation.
Lives, and not just, when there's an altercation, but when you are watching TV and you need to get up and get a glass of water, or you're sitting on the ground and you're just, every single time we
This
have
is
to
it, you guys. And hold each other accountable. If there's 2 people in the household, I give you permission, whoever is standing up, if there's someone else gets up wrong, I give you, hey, what's up? Imagine our household, you guys, and there's little kids. The 5-year-old, he already knows how to get up. So if he doesn't get up right, he gets a little kick in the back, like boom, falls down. Just a great confidence builder as a Gracie child.
Guys, that was a little too much.
Yeah. Don't report me. Don't report me.
There may or may not be a little bit of that going on in our household. But yeah, strong base every time that we stand up.
Every time in base, because here's the thing. What are the chances you get up in base like this when your life is on the line? If you don't get up in base like this when your life isn't on the line, if it doesn't become second nature. So this needs to become muscle memory, as do the rest of the techniques we're going to see today, starting with the trap and roll. Eve is down. So imagine the altercation starts standing up. Scuffle, scuffle, scuffle. Someone throws you to the ground, right? And what happens is, once they land on the ground, they can end up in this position called the mount. This is very problematic, you guys. If you've never done Jiu-Jitsu, this is your worst nightmare if you land in Eve's position. If you know Jiu-Jitsu, you smile from down here because you go, oh, that's no big deal. But if you are new, lowest common denominator, newer students of the art, you've never practiced, and you're on the fence of whether or not you should ever do Jiu-Jitsu for real, this is why you need to. Look at this.
Eek.
This is why it's so bad. Simple. It's no words needed to describe why this is so dangerous for Eve. Look. And if she does hit me, I can absorb it. If I hit, she goes boom into the pavement. Worst case scenario. Today we're going to see 2 escapes from the trap and roll from our Gracie Combatives and Women Empowered programs, starting with the standard variation, and then what happens if they do punches in your face. We'll see that one right after the standard variation first. So someone's mounted on you,
and the standard variation, this is very bad because if Henner puts pressure on my neck, all it takes is 6 seconds and 7 pounds of pressure to render me unconscious from this position.
6 seconds already just passed by the time she said that. You'll be unconscious.
If I'm not able, if he's putting his hands on my neck and I'm unable to get it off for any reason, that's it.
And
6 seconds and I go unconscious.
And here's the reality. You probably won't be able to figure it out in the moment. You can fight, but if someone's much heavier and stronger, as we assume the attacker will be in an altercation, for any man or woman, you're not preparing self-defense to learn how to defend yourself from the person who's half your size. It's someone who physically has the advantage. So they're going for it right here. And if you don't know what to do, what would you probably try? Push, strike, twist, right? Bridge your hips, maybe hold the neck, which might work a little, but then he comes right back. So you're gonna flail and go wild, and all the while you're burning energy. That's the biggest concern. So instead, watch what Eve does. Check this out. Okay, that was bonus. Good, thank you very much. Let's go again, you guys. Check this out. Trap and roll, standard variation, and then we'll do the punch block variation. So step one, I mount. I'm attacking her chest or throat. She's gonna wanna push my hands off, but then she's gonna remember, no, don't push the hands off. Lock the arm in. Watch what she did.
So from here, I trapped one side of his body. Look, I trapped.
We're gonna show you first, then you guys can practice it partnered and solo. So just watch.
First, just watch. I trapped his wrist, I trapped his arm, and I trapped his foot.
Look at my leg. My foot is locked under her ankle.
So now, when I bridge my hips, he has no base point on this side. If I didn't do this, if I just bridge my hips, his hands go out and he can base out.
And you don't have to know Jiu-Jitsu to instinctively post your hands out. Anybody on the face of the earth who falls is going to post out to protect their face. It's a reflex you have since you're a baby. So he has that reflex too. But Eve is going to preempt that by
securing the wrist, securing the elbow.
On my same arm. She's not trapping this arm. She's not trapping the other arm. Only one side of my body.
So now when I bridge my hips, he cannot post his arm out. And now I'm on top of the fight. And we'll talk about what to do from here and what your options are. But let's go back to this. Let's look at this grip. I'm actually going to turn this way here slightly. So from this grip, whether he has two hands or one hand, we'll just focus on one arm right now. I'm going to bring my opposite arm in. And I grab his wrist with what we call a monkey grip. Okay? And we call it that because the thumb is attached to the finger. Now, I don't know if monkeys actually have that, but this is what I call monkey grip. Sloth grip, whatever you want to call it. The thumb is connected to the fingers, right? As opposed to this, which we're going to see is a C grip.
We call C grip. And if she were to grab my wrist with a C grip, you guys, right here, my arm would slip out laterally pretty easily. It's interesting how, even though this feels stronger, it's actually weaker for this use. When Eve hooks my wrist with no thumb, it doesn't slip out laterally. It's too tight. So now she glues that to her upper clavicle.
So monkey grip, and now watch the elbow. I bring my elbow down to my rib cage, and what I'm using right now is my back and my lats, which are very strong and actually stronger than his lateral deltoids out over here.
Very strong.
So by me controlling this, I can control his ability to post his hand out
Even if laterally. The attacker is much stronger, I can't post my hand out laterally anymore. She has too much power. I don't have the strength here. But what I can do is do this. So to preempt that backdoor escape, watch what her other hand does.
Now this one is a C grip, and it grabs onto his
tricep.
elbow.
My arm has essentially become part of Eve's body. Now imagine what the attacker's thinking right now. He's like, I got you. And you're like, sure you do. So Eve's solidifying my grip. She's not trying to get my hands off her neck. She's using my grip as an asset for her. So then she's going to trap the foot on the same side.
If I don't trap the foot, watch, even as I bridge, he can post out his foot, and he will not roll. So what do we need? We need to trap the foot. So watch what my foot does. From here, it just comes around, and I trap it right at his foot. Look how my knee is angled out. That's going to help me as I bridge towards the side of the trapped arm. So here, I've got everything secured. One other note, look at my other foot. Okay, my other foot is very close to my hips. Let's turn this way a little bit.
So do not trap the other foot.
It's very close to I want to be here. If I come here and I bridge, look what happens. Oh, he hooks onto my leg.
I'm not going to fall.
So instead, watch, the leg comes out, and you want it very close to your hips, and on the inside of his leg, not trapping his other leg. So we only want one leg trapped, and now we bridge. Now for the fun part. Watch the hips. Up, and gravity does the rest, and now I'm on top.
And for today's purposes, you guys, after that bridge, all I want to see is brace both hands on my hips or rib cage or stomach in this area. And now Eve's going to jump up in base. Watch her base.
Like
look at her legs. One forward and one back. Go again, please. Do it wrong. Keep your toes back. Don't do a push back. I don't want to see that. Go back. Don't leave your toes back. You're going to jump with one foot in front, all the way to my pelvis when she jumps up. Go.
Like I'm on a surfboard here.
Boom.
And strong side back. And then I push back here.
Okay, so let's try that. Now, if you have a partner, you can do that. One safety tip, if you are going to do partner, if you don't have a partner, you don't have to worry about this. Partners, I want you to put one hand on the throat so she can grab the wrist.
Let's all put your right hand on the throat. Here.
Wrist, tricep, and foot. And partner, here's the key detail. Put your other hand on the ground. That's going to allow you to support your weight without choking your partner during practice. And more importantly, when she rolls to roll me, I want you to tuck your shoulder, you guys. I don't want your shoulder to hit the ground hard when you get rolled.
If he's too straight up, as I roll,
it's going to go boom.
Impact.
So watch what I do. She's going to bridge. Watch how slow. I tuck. So when she's bridging, I just go like this. And now it's a very calm rollover where we end up perfectly in the guard.
Now I'm on top. And in future classes, you'll see other options from here. But for today, all we're going to do is look hands on the hips, not on the gut. on the hips, right, where it's more comfortable. And then from here, we can push back and get up strong side back here.
Okay, so now if you're solo, let's all do it together. Actually, everyone, even with your partners, everyone get off your partner, do it one time solo with me, everybody, and then we're gonna do it all. You can do, if you have a partner, you can do it. If you're solo, you can keep doing it solo with me.
I'm gonna watch you guys over here.
Everybody lay down. Let's get ready to rock and roll. So first step is I want your elbows close to my body right here. Everyone elbows in tight, okay? Elbows in by your ribs. Everyone's with me solo. Take your right hand, hook over your heart. But no thumb. Hook the heart right there and pull it down.
Close to your finger.
Monkey grip right there.
You got it.
The left hand, grab the tricep with the C-clamp, but look how my palm is not this way, it's facing me. So I've locked one arm in. Take your left foot, step over, and take the hook and put this knee out here so your knee is 45 degrees facing the direction of the roll. So I trap a foot and I point my knee 45 degrees.
Haley, nice.
Other foot, put it close to your butt. Everything tight. Now everyone get ready. Do not let go. Bridge. Look to your left. Bridge, bridge, bridge. Go to your knees. Once you land, look at my knees. Don't be tight. Knees spread, head low, body low. Now both hands. Look at my hands. Brace the person's hips.
Nice, Vanessa.
Jump up, surfboard base.
That's
one foot forward, 1 foot back. Who can jump up like that? And then hands off the ground and disengage. Excellent. Reset. Let's go again.
Great.
Reset. Let's go again. Elbows in tight. Good job, you guys. Everyone reset. Reset. Solo or partner. Elbows in tight. Come under. Hook the wrist. Grab the hand of the tricep. Grab the tricep. No thumb. Trap the foot. Knee out.
And
Other foot
you got it.
close to the hips. Now everybody look to your left as you bridge, bridge, bridge. Kick over to your knees. Once you land, nice wide base. From here, both hands on the hips. Jump up. Strong side back. Your base leg back and you can disengage and step out.
Awesome, you guys.
If you have a partner now, you can do it with your partner. If you're solo, keep doing it with us solo. A few more reps. You want to do it solo?
Sure, or we can show partnered again.
Let's go. Everyone's doing it partnered or solo now. Whatever you got, we're working together.
Yeah, if you're solo, you're still following along. If you're partnered, you're watching us too. So
and
remember.
Listen, but side note, when we do Zoom classes, being solo and watching us do it while you do it is actually very helpful. It's like I'm your avatar right now. So you imagine yourself in here with Eve doing it on me now. If you're solo, get ready. Grab my wrist right now. Everybody grab my wrist.
We're all beating up Henna right now. Okay?
Wrist control. I got you guys. Come on. Trap my tricep.
Make sure that elbow is tight. C-grip over here, and the foot is trapped. The other foot is close to your hips.
Hold my arm tight.
Everyone bridge as high as you can.
Roll.
Bridge, and now we're here.
Awesome.
Hands go on the hips, and we jump back, strong side back. I'm right-handed, so look, my right foot goes back, and then we disengage.
One more time. Let's do it, guys. One more time, partner.
Got it.
Switch roles. If you have a partner, you guys can reverse roles and let the other person try. Elbows in by your rib cage. The reason why that's so important, you guys, is if Eve's elbows right out, my knees go in her armpits, and if that happens, bridge up, I don't get affected. You see the friends? So if this ever happens, watch what she does. She wiggles north and gets her elbows in. So now I'm sitting on her hips, bridge me up. I'm more bridgeable because of how low I am on Eve's hips, okay? So from here, wrist, hand on the neck, wrist control, tricep control, 1 foot trap. Don't let the arm go, friends. Get ready, all together. Hips up, hips, hips, hips. Tuck your shoulder, bad guys. She rolls and now she braces the hips.
We brace the hips and we're up in base.
Awesome.
Got it. So that's the situation if their hands are on her neck.
Which can very likely happen. You guys, someone wants to strangle you. This is very common. The problem is if the person mounts on you and instead of trying to strangle you, let's say they go into the mount and they instead want to punch your face in. So as I mount, I want to hit her. If she doesn't know what to do, she's trying to grab my wrist, hold it, boom, 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 boom. Every attempt of Eve's to grab this arm is going to get her punched in the mouth because my other hand is coming down. So you just can't stop the rain at this point.
And you might say, if I just block.
If she just blocks, eventually I'm going to get some through, and once 2 or 3 land, she's going to lose her guard. I'm going to land all of them. So this is a very normal response, but it just isn't very efficient from a punch protection perspective. So if they're strangling you, you guys already know what to do. If they're not strangling, the second that they mount, watch what Eve does. Now she climbs the tree, traps the arm, and does the exact same thing. Boom. And then from here, she's up in base and she's out. Okay, let's go again and talk about what just happened. So once Eve knows that I'm not grabbing her throat, which is immediate, watch what she does.
So the second he mounts, I sit up and hug.
Because
and you guys remember this movement? We sit up and hug his body.
From our warm-up.
My head is driving into his chest, and now I can push off my feet and bring him to the ground. Now, what's so interesting about this? Henner's hands have to be busy, right? Because if not, if he tries punching me, his face is gonna go into the ground, right? Because I'm pulling his body down with this. So I'm sitting up, I can push off my feet and pull him down. Now from here, I want to climb north on his body. I want to ratchet up his body, watch. So I go here, I can push off my feet, and I bring myself up. I want to peek just over his shoulder here. With my back arm, I can wrap and hug closely, keeping my body close. It's all about closeness. Now the other arm comes over the top, and I can trap his arm here. I bring it in and I control it. Okay, we'll talk about some safety tips here. If Rener's fingers are pointed out, as I roll, guess what's gonna happen to his fingers?
Crunch.
Ouch, okay? So in a real situation, don't tell him. But right now, tell your partner who you care about to turn and tuck, okay? Rotate and tuck, and make sure that those hands are flat right underneath your shoulder so you don't hurt their fingers. So now I'm securing his arm, and I've got a leg trap, just like the last one. It's another version of the trap and roll. With my other arm, I'm gonna underhook his armpit and reach for 2 o'clock as I lift my hips. And now I'm on top of the fight again. From here, we disengage, okay? So let's look at that again. So from the bottom, immediately, look, I sit up and hug.
It's so frustrating, because here's the rule in Jiu-Jitsu, you guys. This is a rule in life. In fight life. Whoever controls the distance controls the damage that can be done in the fight. When Eve blocks her face and I'm sitting up here, who's controlling the distance between my fist and her face? I am. She has no influence on that distance. It's free for all. Boom, 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 boom. So that's why I can win from here. What we're teaching you is how from the bottom you can take over the distance control and therefore take over the potential for damage in the fight. So as soon as I mount, there's no discussion. The second I mount, if I'm not grabbing her neck, she's hugging my torso. And if I try to take my hands off the ground, she does a little push and pulls me down. Now, safety tip, when you guys do that with your partner, don't pull too hard. Like, Eve, pull as light as you can to get me down. That's all she needs. If she goes real hard, it can arch my back right here, and it can tweak your person's back here if you pull too tight. In real life, pull as hard as you want. Yeah. But all Eve needs is that my hands touch down.
And here's the key. Look at my head. It's glued to his chest. Even if it's a little bit of distance here, Rener can push inside and create space. So driving your head into their chest is a very important part of this.
It's also very awkward.
It is.
You just met this guy in a street fight. He's mounted on you trying to rip your face off, and you're like nuzzling up in his chest.
And this is why we said distance management is so counterintuitive. I mean, the distance part is very
all the way out is easy. All the way in is awkward.
It's like, what are we doing? Why am I hugging this guy like a koala?
It's so awkward, you guys, that it's also counterintuitive, which is why in a violent altercation, the average person has no intuition to go in. Their intuition is to do this and to kick a whip and to do this and, oh, please. And they're getting punched the whole time because it's so awkward to say, no, well, then come in and grab someone. But the second you learn that closeness is your second best friend, your first best friend is distance. Your second best friend is closeness. Your enemy is in the middle.
Right here.
Because you're punchable, but you're not out, but you're not in, and you're in great danger. So if you leave today with one principle, it's that you want to be all the way in until help arrives. But that's so unnatural because you just met this crazy animal who's trying to punch your face off. So here's the move. We're going to do it together one more time, and then you're going to have a chance to practice it all solo with me. As I mount, she's going to sit up, hug the tree. I'm going to sit up. She's going to keep her head.
Feet, and I bring him back down. Now I'm going to ratchet up his body. Watch, the arms come up, and I push off my feet, and I just bring myself high.
And bad guy, just stay posted on your hands.
That's right. My head's just going to poke over his shoulder here, and now my back arm. When I say back arm, it's going to be, in this case, it's going to be our right arm here, holding close. And then my left arm comes up.
And that's indicated by the direction she's facing. Her back and front is a function of where Eve's looking. So because she's looking towards you guys, her back arm is this one over here.
This one here.
And she can wrap here more easily.
So now I can look at the arm that I'm wrapping. Look, my arm comes up, out, and now I can trap. I want to trap right kind of at the elbow, right? Because that's the bending point. That's the breaking point of his arm. So I kind of trap it down here.
Safety tip, guys. Turn your fingers, palm up, and tuck it in.
Yes, that's one safety tip. The other safety tip is for this person. So we talked about the C-grip in the last trap and roll. If I C-grip his arm and he's low, do you see how I kind of gooseneck my wrist? It's very uncomfortable. So if they're low, you can just kind of pinch their arm here. If he tries to pull his arm out, then we can go C-grip. All right, so if he's low, just pinch it. And then we can't forget to trap the foot and make sure the other foot is untrapped here. Now here's another difference between the last technique. This reach is very helpful with getting them off of you and bridging in the right direction. So instead of thinking of bridging straight up or like trying to push them off that way, I want this arm to reach 2 o'clock. If my head is 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock in this direction as I bridge.
Yeah, it really helps a lot. I feel way off balance when she reaches like that.
And now my hand lands here instead of stuck underneath his body. So my hand is here, and now from this position, hands go on the hips, and we're jumping up in base.
Okay, guys, everyone lay down solo. Even if you have a partner, lay down solo. We're going through this by ourselves.
Going through it.
And then if you have a partner, you can jump together in a second. Eve's going to be checking you guys out. But for the first rep here, just follow my voice, okay? Everyone lay down on your back. So someone just mounted on you who really wants to make your life miserable. Immediately follow my voice, guys.
Let's do
Sit
it,
up,
CJ.
hug the tree. I have everyone lay down with your left side facing the camera. The left side of your body facing the camera. Everyone lay down with your left side of your body facing the camera. It's going to be much easier to follow my instructions. So from here, everyone sit up, hug the tree. We call it hug the tree. Push off both of your feet and bring that person down. Look at my head. If you did this, you missed it. Keep your head glued to their chest.
Chin
always.
tucked, chin tucked.
Once you pull them down, you guys watch this.
Nice.
As they try to sit up, I want you to ratchet. Take your hands, ratchet, and
That's it,
slide.
Jessica Lauer, you got
Ratchet and slide. Now your head is peeking out over the shoulder from there. Now everybody take your back hand, hug their body.
Josh,
okay? Hug their body with the
you guys
back
got
hand.
it.
With the front hand, watch me. Shoot up, 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 like raising your hand, and then elbow tight. Trap their arm. Nice. And your hand is right there on their rib cage. Now trap the foot on the front side towards me. And your back hand is still hugging their body. Push off both feet. Bridge, look in the direction of the roll.
That's
reach
it,
and
Steve.
touch, and go to
Alexa,
your knees.
great work. Yep, bridge it over.
Now both hands on the hips, surfboard. Get up in base and step out.
This is
So
a good
fun.
question. What if you cannot wrap your
Great one.
Great question.
Okay, watch Eve, you guys. The question is, who asked it? You can let me know next time. Just keep those on the list. Look at this, you guys. Right when I mount right here, Eve's gonna sit up. The question is, what if you
What
sit
if
up and
I
hug,
can't?
and big boy is unwrappable? Because the torso is too wide.
Yeah,
So
my arms aren't long enough.
Eve cannot lock her hands, just grab onto everything. Body, shirt, back,
Anything.
skin, and then push off and pull them down. Look, her hands aren't even touching each other. Now she grabs my
Grab
shoulders.
his shoulders and just stay close. Whatever you can grab, whatever you can hold, and to bring yourself close with, do it.
Everything counts.
Under the armpits, like just kind of get a grip.
Let's do one more time
on it.
solo. Everybody with Eve. Let's do one more time solo. Everybody follow Eve. Here we go.
So here we go. The moment they mount, we do what? Sit up and hug. Make sure you turn your head towards me. There you go. Grab, push off our feet, bring them down, chin tucked. Pushing off your feet. Look, ratchet up, walk our body north.
Nice.
Big wrap with the back arm. Front arm comes up and over and traps.
Good, Steve.
Now we're look at both feet at the same time. Look, I'm untrapping one and trapping the other. And now we reach 2 o'clock, bridge, 2 o'clock. That hand catches you here, and now we're on top. Both hands on the hips, jump up, strong side back, and we're out of there.
Awesome.
Awesome.
If you
Great
have a partner
questions.
now, try with your partner. If you don't have a partner, do it again solo.
Don't
Lay
forget
down.
those safety tips. Tuck those fingers
We'll
in.
remind you right now. Let's do it. So everyone with your partner, let's mount up. If you don't have a partner, just do it again solo. We'll follow Eve's motions by yourself, but avatar style. Let's go. As I mount, partners, get ready. She's gonna sit up slowly. We're gonna hug the tree. Push off your feet, guys. Bad guy, catch yourself when she pulls you down and verify the head closeness. If their head's loose, say, hey, tuck your head in closer. Great. Once I post right here, then Eve's gonna climb up and ratchet a little bit right
Off
there.
my feet.
Once her head peeks out over my shoulder, the back hand slowly grabs my body. The front hand comes out, and arm is gonna break at the elbow and pinch it down. Be careful with each other's arms right there. At this point, bad guy, lower yourself to your back elbow so you can protect these fingers and turn them and tuck. Look at my hand, turn and tuck. Now Eve traps my front side foot. Everything's nice and snug right there. She's gonna bridge off her back foot, reach for the stars, big hips, and go right over to her knees. If you're solo, keep rolling with us. Brace the hips, jump in base. She's out and she disengages. Excellent. And now if you have a partner, make sure you guys reverse roles. The other person can try as well.
One other thing I want to show you guys, just if you're having trouble sitting up and hugging, for whatever reason, either the person's too tall and sitting up and you just can't get in there, block your face. Right.
Try this. Everyone try this solo
Everyone
right
try
now.
this
Lay down.
first.
Watch this.
Block your face, bridge your hips, bring them to you now. You can sit up and hug
Awesome.
and stay close.
So the bridge can help you achieve the hug when maybe they're already sitting up and maybe they're punching you right now that
Right.
you don't feel safe because she has to hug my body. She might get punched on the way in. So if she feels unsafe there and they're punching too much, cover, and then hips. When I post, you put on your tree hug and then you climb the tree gradually. Just to be clear, the reason why we have to climb the tree, if she tries to wrap this right now, it's too far north. She has no leverage. She has no alavanca to break this arm down. So watch her ratchet up my body. 1,
And I can,
2,
again, I can grab
3,
the shoulders
4.
if I need to. Deep wrap with the back hand. For us, it's our right hand here, and the other arm comes over the top.
Boom.
Breaks the arm here. Get low, tuck the fingers, trap the foot. Make sure the other foot is untrapped, and tucked tight. And we bridge and reach.
Boom.
Now we're on top here. Great. And hands are in.
Awesome,
and
you guys. Epic work. Okay.
Are there any specific questions for this one?
If you have questions, plug them in, and Tracy will throw them our way, you guys.
Jan did ask, why do we climb the tree? Is it possible to do that move without climbing?
So Jan asked, why are we climbing the tree? Thank you, Jan, for the question. Why are we climbing the tree? And I think she asked right before we just showed it, which is if you hug the tree and they're posted way up here, you don't have the leverage, Jan, to actually break their arm down. By ratcheting up, you're changing the ratio and angle between your armpit and their posted hand. Like Eve said, when your head peeks out just past their shoulder, that's when you have all the leverage to break that arm down. Now it's possible that it's not possible to break their arm down even in cases where you sufficiently climb north. It's possible that it doesn't work. And there are other classes in the beginner programs through Zoom and online and CTCs where you learn the techniques when you can't break the arm down. So just know this, like we teach you these scenarios, but it's possible that no, the guy's hands are too strong and too wide and he's too big that you cannot break the arm down. It's not like, oh, then we lose the fight. No, it's then we go to lesson number 8. Or lesson number 12, or lesson number 17. So there are options in the curriculum. You just have to stick around for those because we have other moves slated for today that we want to focus on that are a little more important for your intro experience, your fencer experience.
Derek asked, what kind of grip is it when you pull them down?
Yeah, Derek is asking what kind of grip when you hug the tree. As long as it doesn't really matter. It might be an S grip, might be a C clamp on your own wrist.
This one feels most secure.
Just hook your own wrist.
If I can grab my own wrist, but if I can't reach that, I can go to an S grip,
which is your fingers.
Here. Fingertips, so maybe I can just grab fingertips here, or like we said, maybe you just have to hook here.
And the reason why it doesn't matter, Derek, is because I can't compromise her grips. I can't reach them and I can't peel them. Therefore, however she grabs is not going to be a concern. No matter what I'm doing, she's going to be able to pull me down.
I'm keeping his hands busy.
Much more important than the grip, you guys, is that she always puts my hands on the ground. This is so annoying that every time I try to punch, and imagine if she's doing this, because think about Andrea's situation, right? Where you manage the distance, you stay close. It wasn't a mount, there was no mount there, but I'm just saying a violent situation in close quarters where it's literally a 30-second stop till the next opening of the train. So if she could only hug the body, pull someone close, and just keep breaking their posture, she doesn't even have to escape the mount.
Right, even if you forgot the rest of the technique.
Just manage the distance for 30 seconds. Literally, that's called the elevator test. I used to always mention this, where I'd say, hey, would you have the skills to survive a violent assault in an elevator for 30 seconds, for the time it takes to get from one floor to the destination floor? Do you have the skills to survive that violent? And we did the elevator survival video.
We did.
Kind of in response to that mindset. Well, the train is the same as the elevator. Door shuts,
exact same
transition, and doors open. And that's what we're trying to teach you guys. You just stay close and survive, weather the storm. And it's so difficult because in 30 seconds, how much damage can be done? All of it. Someone can die getting brutally punched in 30-second window, especially with the weight disparity that we saw for Andrea and the attacker in that situation. You could die, or you could stay close, get cuts and bruises, and go straight home afterwards because you're so fine, you're so close, and you're so distance managed. So that's what we're trying to teach you, is that you don't have to win the fight to win the fight. You have to just survive the fight, right? In a self-defense situation, victory isn't defined by points or time limits or who even submits the other person. In a self-defense situation, if a smaller person is assaulted violently by a larger person, victory is determined by you simply going home and surviving the situation. And we want to give you the tools to accomplish that.
Yeah. Now, speaking of Andrea's situation, we're going to actually now talk specifically about that one. If we are on our feet and someone comes at us with punches.
And she was sitting down on her phone when the attack was initiated, which she is totally allowed to do, right? Right? And people always say, well, she shouldn't have been on her phone, or she shouldn't have done this, or she shouldn't have been wearing that. And generically, in terms of self-defense, you shouldn't have walked here, you shouldn't have walked there. No, you should be able to walk anywhere, eat anything, drink anything, wear anything, look at any phone for any period of time during day or night. You should be able to do that. It's never the fault of the target or the survivor that he or she was attacked. The truth is, it's the fault of the psychopath who, just having a bad day, feels like getting his stress out by beating someone up is the solution to life. Wrongly feeling that way, right? So it's never the target's fault for being attacked. They didn't choose that. Now, that being said, the fact that it's never his or her fault for being attacked doesn't mean that we cannot invest in skills and resources, tools, and ideas that will reduce our likelihood of being targeted, and if targeted and attacked, will increase our survivability. It doesn't mean we can't invest in that, right? It's not my fault if my house gets robbed in the middle of the night. That's not my fault. I should be able to leave all my doors open, and robbery is not my fault. It's the attacker's craziness that does that. However, it doesn't mean we don't lock our doors every single night and take those precautions, because if we can deter the attack, It's much better. Now, until the world is peaceful and everyone's love and harmony and nobody attacks or bullies or sexually assaults or robs, until there's no criminals, then until that day comes, we have an opportunity. It's your right to invest in your personal safety and protection.
And that's why you're all here.
Boom.
Thanks for joining us.
So let's stand up. But here's the deal. We're going to stand up in base. You don't have to stand up yet. We're going to stand up, then you're going to stand up for the technique. But we're going to stand up in base. Look.
We're watching you guys. If we stand up, not in base, then...
So here's the deal. In terms of a standing situation, you guys, it's very simple. I would like to, especially in a close quarters like we have right here, Eve can only back up and run away so much. So the idea is if she can't run away, what should she do? And if you're here, it's probably because you've seen some of our videos, but the idea is all the way out or all the way in. And this all the way out, all the way in is measured coincidentally by the same distance as COVID-19. 6 feet. You guys, it's funny. I walk around, like all these stores now have signs. Manage 6 foot distance, 6 foot distance. I'm like, I was born for this. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm at Walmart, I'm at Best Buy, and I'm like, okay, no worries. There's no fight happening here. I'm like, COVID distance is my life distance, so I'm straight. The point is, Jiu-Jitsu prepares you for COVID, okay? Until you have to close the distance, and then all bets are off. Hopefully they're not, we're straight. All right, so the distance is this. So 2 arms out, 2 arm length distance, you guys. And how do you know 2 arms? If you put your 2 arms out, this is the deal. Because here's the alternative. If I go to assault Eve and just do a conventional Eve defense and like block my, boom, 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 she's getting hit and she's gonna get bombarded. And the thing is this, her attempt to maintain distance is gonna cause her to stay at the perfect striking range that I would like her to be. So she's actually doing my measuring work for me when she's just in this flustered posting position. And this is so natural, you guys. We were just in Denver last week teaching police officers, right? Our law enforcement GST course. And I'll tell you, cops, exact same response. Sure. When they get ambushed and they don't have their weapons drawn, they're flustered as any one of you guys. No different. There's 0% difference. So the point is, this is a natural human response to just cover and retreat. But it keeps you in the striking range, as we've seen in so many viral videos where these assaults happen sometimes completely unexpected and uncalled for, right? Mm-hmm. So that's the problem, is you don't want to be there. So if that's the problem, where do you want to be? 2 arms out, here, until I attack, and then Eve wants to come in all the way in. And here's the point that you have to understand. When Eve is this close, even though I can reach her, I can't knock her out because I'm only using 1 joint to hit her. And if I'm only using 1 joint, that's called a level 1 strike. And strikes exist from levels 1 through 10. Look, 1 joint, if she was a little further, it's 2 joints, my shoulder's involved. If she's a little further, my hips can be involved. If she's much further, I can push off my feet, and that's how you escalate for levels 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Depending on how powerful the person is, the strike potential goes up. But when Eve is this close, she's neutralizing all the dangerous strikes because she's so close. And now here's the best part. She bites her teeth, she holds on, she slams me into a wall potentially if it's close quarters, and then she waits. And when the elevator door opens, watch what she does. She bounces and she's gone, you guys. That's the whole point. The safest place is on the inside, but it's so unnatural unless you unless you grew up in California in the ocean. Because when you're a kid playing, when you're a kid playing in the water, all my life, the wave starts to, if it's a little wave, you can just kind of back away and run away from it. You can usually get away from the little wave that's crumbling towards you. But if you're sitting there in the water and you start to see a monster, 8, 10-foot wave swelling up on the horizon, and you're an 11-year-old kid, what your dad and mom teach you is don't back up in the Gracie family. Because you're going to land in the impact zone of the wave. As soon as you see the threat start to legitimize itself, you go as fast as you can into it, and you get it before the impact and the crumble, and you swim under, and it's no problem. But that's not natural. If you see a monster, a Coloradian goes like this, oh no, here comes the wave, and boom, she gets impacted. That's why Eve hates the water, because she's landlocked in Colorado.
I didn't grow up around the ocean.
The point is, you guys, you got to go at it. And it's the same for this. It's unnatural, but it's so necessary. How can we convince you guys that there's this no safer place than on the inside? So here's the idea. We're going to start over here so we have some range of motion. So 2 arm lengths away. She's keeping her distance. As I'm walking towards her, she's staying. I can't reach her. When I overcommit to hit her, she's going to lunge in, boom, protect her face, and then she ends up in this clinch. Eve, talk about the positioning of that clinch.
Mm-hmm. Should we start there?
Start with the positioning of the clinch real quick,
cool.
Just so they can see.
So from this final position, this clinch, I'm wrapping my arm around his hips. My other arm comes in, and I'm grabbing my own wrist here, okay? And I'm staying close. Now watch my foot positioning. I have 1 foot on the outside of his foot here, and then 1 in the center. We're almost like making a triangle with our legs. My angle is about 45 degrees on his body here. Wrapping deep, grabbing here, and my head is close.
And she's facing the center, you guys, because it would be very awkward if she was head outside like that, or she can get choked.
Yeah.
I could wrap her neck and guillotine choke her. So once you enter the clinch, whatever side your leg goes to, look, Eve's foot is on this side. That means she's looking this way. If she was on the other side, she would have her head facing the inside, and then she holds on. Look at her hips. They're touching my body. If her hips were far away, say that, hold her hands tight, I can still break her grips by bending over. But when Eve clinches, if her hips are glued to mine, look at that tight. Now I feel very awkward actually. So not as she tight, she's actually leaning me back a little bit, and she has really solid stance. When the person moves around in the clinch, you guys, they're gonna twist, they're gonna turn, they're gonna try to push you off. Look at how Eve is very resistant to any movement. She's trying to really strong. She's not very cooperative in the clinch. She's resisting, making my life difficult, making me carry her weight, burning my energy. It's almost like
I'm hanging my weight on his body. I'm almost making him carry my weight instead of holding my own weight here. So once again, I'm wrapping around the back. My other hand comes in, and this is like a think of it, this forearm is like a crowbar around their back. And then you're grabbing that crowbar and pulling it tight to your,
it's so annoying.
hips.
It's like,
and now the key is my head, right? So I want to create energy towards his chest, and then making sure our feet are on the outside, right? So head toward the center and here. And if you think about it, when someone's punching, what do they want to do with their upper body? Boom, 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 right? They want their body to be forward. So when you do this is very
army, yeah, it's very arm punchy, yeah, sucks.
To try to punch like this, if you can, and you can't always do this with them depending on the size difference, but if you can drive that head and energy so that now they have to be upright, it's very difficult to land effective punches. So
can we do it solo with them inside?
Yeah,
cool.
Just the clinch part?
I was just gonna have them stand up. Everyone stand up in base. Everyone get up in base and face the camera
I'll
right
here. I'll help you.
Follow Eve, hands down. We're gonna watch you guys. If you get it wrong, we're gonna make you pay.
Foot back.
Everyone stand up in base and face the camera here. I want to show you something. Just this clinch. What I want you to stand square to the camera, just like I am right here. Take a step forward with your left foot. Yeah. Take a step forward with your left foot. And then take your same left arm and wrap around the imaginary torso. No partner right now. Wrap around. Left foot forward, left arm wrap. The other hand, grab your own wrist, no thumb. Pull it into their low back. And place your head right against their chest. So I'm hugging someone and I'm stepping around their right, my left. Now look at this. Bring your elbows, your triceps should touch your body like you're hugging. Like they're touching my body. Like I'm a T-Rex with short arms, and my head is against the chest, and I'm in solid base right now. Everyone get in that base. And from this base, if they move, you move with them, but keep a solid stance. Your feet never come together. Go, go, go. Tight. Circle, circle. Move, walk, walk, walk. Push, push, push. Stay in your stance and tight. Reset. Come back up. Face the camera. Other hand wrap the back.
So notice the same as the front leg. That's the wrapping arm. That's the wrapping side. Okay, so wrap now the other side. Grab T-Rex arms.
Lock your own wrist and suck those elbows in tight with your ear. Now it's your right ear on the chest because it's your right arm hugging. Everything's the same, corresponding side forward. And now keep it tight, elbows. Don't be too bent over. Pull their pelvis in and now move, circle base. Everything's tight. You're walking in base. You're staying tight. They're trying to throw you around and you're just connected and clinched fully. Excellent. Now let's try this. Everyone stand. I'll do this one by themselves with them.
Sure.
So check this out. Everyone front. I want you to get to the front left of your corner of your room. Everyone front left of your room. Of your camera, and we're gonna have our hands up, square stance. Take one step back in base, bend your knees. Your fight stance right here, okay?
I see you, Celine.
Your back of your foot, the back foot, your heel should be slightly off the ground, not flat-footed, like you're on the ball, as if you're gonna sprint. You're gonna run and pounce. The front foot can be flat with your toe facing forward, back foot, your toes facing out 45 degrees, but you just step straight back. And you can choose whichever foot feels natural for you, okay?
Movement, yep.
So your stance is gonna be your fight stance. Hands are up, so you're looking between your hands. Okay, they can be closed, they can be open. We're gonna have enough distance where you don't have to necessarily be clenched fist the whole time. So from here, here's what I wanna see. Step back with your back leg, 1. With your back leg, 2. 3, nice. Now move to your right with your right leg, 1. So you're sidestepping, 2, 3, good. Now
Great.
move forward,
Nice,
1.
Sharon.
Pounce your front leg, 2, 3, nice.
Elaine, Sherry, you got it.
Now we're gonna move to our left, step, step. Hands up the whole time. Now back, 1, a little faster. Nice, side. Good, forward.
Notice how Henry's
side.
legs are not crossing each other. They're staying
I'm not
wide.
crossing, I'm not stepping on my own feet. I'm always in base. Back, side. Make the square, you guys. Forward, forward, and move to the side. Good,
Yes.
hands are up the whole time. Comfortable. Find yourself. Find your foot. Feel natural. Feel foot. Let's change directions. Go to the right. Change the square direction. Back. Good, side. Nice, forward. Excellent, great. Now back up, you guys. Everyone back up to the wall as far as you can. So now, what I want you guys to do is from the back, all the way back, we're gonna practice the one moment of entry, which is the clinch. So everyone stay way back, bend your knees. When the person comes to attack you, face me please, she's gonna pounce in with her front leg so aggressively, and then after she pounces, she's gonna follow in a solid base. But here's the key, you gotta block your face. So watch the pounce, go. Follow, follow, follow in base. And she's in that clinch. Pounce and follow. So everyone right here, good, back up to the wall. Watch this. Do it with me.
First, just create this helmet, right?
Everyone put your hands up. Show us the helmet. So hands down, tight. Cover your head with your elbows really high. Helmet, tight, so they don't crack you on the way in. Boom. Now get ready for the pounce. We're going to go big pounce. Push off your back leg as far as you can, and then square up and walk, walk, walk. Nice. When you square up, your feet come equal. They don't stay bladed. One more time. Back up and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nice. And hands up in that entry. Ready? Back up and pounce. 1. Nice. Reset. Now this time, at the end of the pounce and here, we're going to clinch. We're going to wrap their body. So hands up, keep your distance, and pounce. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wrap the body, hook your own wrist, everybody, and pull those elbows in tight with your ear on the chest. In my case, left leg forward, left arm forward, left ear forward. Everyone switch sides. Right leg forward, right arm forward, right ear forward. So it doesn't matter as long as they correspond. I don't care which side you do. Back up. Find your stance. You're keeping distance, you're moving away, and then pounce. Boom. Walk, walk, walk. Wrap their body. Pull the hips in tight. Move, move. Circle, circle. Beautiful. Excellent. If you have a partner now, here's how we practice it. If you're solo, do this solo.
We're going to do it slowly first.
Yes, so watch this. This is how slow. I take one step.
He gets excited.
I take one step, she steps back. Which foot does she step back with? The back foot. 2, 3, and now I'm going to do a very slow punch. Just simulation. Eve's going to cover and impact my chest. Very straight.
Drop and cover. I shoot.
Boom, and I back up. She follows.
I follow, and now I hug.
And she drops into that nice clinch. That's the whole drill right there, you guys. So reset.
We call it helmet, hit, hug.
That's how we teach the kids.
Yes.
Okay, let's go. This
We're
way.
all just big kids.
Come over here. Start over here. So use your room wisely, guys. And look how I give Eve space to move back. So I step towards her. 1. She's keeping a perfect distance. She only goes in when I become aggressive. Boom. Very slow punch. Don't knock your partner out. And now she stays in the clinch and follow. If you're solo, you're doing this solo with me and Eve. Let's go again. You guys are Eve. Everyone become Eve right now if you're solo. Right here.
All right, we're here.
Hands up.
You're up.
Distance. Back up. Back up. I'm going to hit you. Boom! Step in, grab my body, pull yourself in tight, don't let me go. Excellent.
Wait, should we talk about this?
Yeah, stay in.
So now we're here, now what?
You're in the train, it's moving. The train's moving.
Strong base, and as he goes to either push me away or if he starts punching aggressively.
Or the train stops moving and the door opens, or the elevator. It's no longer, there's an exit opportunity now. Or my friends are coming in on the train, you better get out quickly. In whatever the situation is, Eve's gonna show us how you go from the clinch to watch. Push and go, and now I'm off balance, and she's able to make her exit. Very effective. So from the clinch, double push off the hips. Let's do it all together, you guys. If you're partnered, let's get ready. If you're solo, follow the same drill solo. Eve is right here. Mm-hmm. You guys get ready to back up. As I walk towards Eve, I want everyone backing up. Wait for the punch. Wait for the punch. Here it comes. Slow. Boom. She lunges in. She connects. Let's check her base. Push, push. She's solid in her stance. And now slowly watch what she does. Push off, disengage, and she's out.
And notice we push off the hips. And why is that? Because if I were here, number one, if I was to try to push off the chest, it's kind of just hard to move, and I can't keep closeness, right? So very last minute, it's almost like I wedge my hands in between our body, and I just, boom, push off.
Full blast and disengage. And you guys, the best part is I have no idea when she's going to disengage. So remember, whoever controls the distance manages the damage. Whoever controls the clock manages the opportunity. Think about that.
Because managing the distance and the clock.
Exactly, and that's the beauty. Clock control, distance control, these are principles that are universal. Whoever controls the timing of the next move's deployment. So when Eve's in the clinch, she's the one who decides when we separate. Even though I decided when we came together. She decides when she gets to disengage, and I'm not ready for it. I'm hitting, I'm doing whatever. So I have no idea, so I can't hit her on the way out if I didn't know when she was gonna make her exit moment, opportunity happen, all right? Excellent. So now, what if instead of disengaging, you decide this guy's a violent threat. If you let him go, he's going to attack other people on the train. So you have to put him on his back and you have to control and subdue this person. Well, Eve's ready for that. So she steps in for the clinch. Once she gets in, watch what she does. Change levels, fold, boom. That was a little aggressive, but beautiful. And then she's in control for the mouth. And now she holds this guy down until he either gives up or we do a submission, which we'll see next. Body fold takedown, you guys. Let's learn it. So Eve's in the clinch. Watch how beautiful. So this is a clinch takedown technique. There are many takedowns from different configurations of two bodies. What we're showing is double underhook clinch. So Eve is able to get under both of my arms. That's what you guys just learned. Double underhook. Look, she's under both of mine. From the double underhook position, there's a great body fold, some beautiful trips and leg hooks you can use, but the body fold is one of our favorites to teach beginners because it's so easy to learn and so effective in real combat, especially if the attacker's trying to hit you, which we can assume that they will. So from the clinch, step one is she's gonna change level. She's gonna drop down, glue my hips to her body, and then as she picks me straight up, she's gonna bow at the top, and then she's gonna off balance me and then she descends right in with me to the full mount. So it's a very strong fold of my torso, which is really legitimized by the degree to which she changes levels, sucks my hips in, and then as she stands up and bow, then a little safety step, and then the descent happens, okay? So we'll do this one more time, and then we'll do it with you guys solo. So clinch.
So we're already in the clinch here. We drop levels, we secure it to our
very
hips.
tight.
As we go up, we bow down, we let go, and we end up.
So it's so effective, but it's also so gentle, you know, to get the person to the ground. So if you're solo, everyone square up, face the camera. Please give yourself some space in front of you. I need space in front of you. Okay, first thing we're gonna do is a preparation drill. Bend your knees, put your left leg forward in front a little bit, bend your knees, and now what I want you to do is with your left leg, as if you just folded them, take a baby step, put your hands out, and then crawl into the mount. Knees down on the ground. I want you to end up in the full mount. Reset, base on the way up, base. Reset, back up, all the way to the wall, back up. So now, bend your knees, look, little safety step, get low and walk your hands out and then crawl to the mount. That's how you're gonna follow this person on the way down. Reset. Now, everybody stand against the wall, wrap the left leg forward, left arm wrap the body, right hand grab the wrist. Now you're nice and high in your clinch, right? Nice and tight here on the chest. Pay attention, guys. Look at this. Imagine you're trying to take a tree out of the floor, out of the ground. How do you unroot the tree? You're gonna pull it out. If you were hugging the tree, you can't lift it if you're too high. So watch this. I want you all to change levels, hug the tree as tight as you can. From that hug, stand up. Not all the way, almost 80%. Now at the top of your stand, bow and break the tree in half. Now take that little baby step and then walk your hands out and go to the mountain. Yeah, you guys did it. Reset. That was better than I expected. Good job, everyone.
Way, that's another way of getting up in base.
Base, you put both hands down, both feet up. Let's go. Everyone's participating. Bend your knees, left foot forward, wrap the body, change levels. Down, squeeze, elevate, bow, safety step, crawl, crawl, walk, 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 full mount. Nice. Back one. Let's do the other side. Last one solo, then we'll do partnered if you have one. Let's go. Other foot, wrap the other side. Grab your wrist. Change levels. Down, hug that arm, the tree, pick it up, bow, step, safety, safety, walk, walk, walk to the mountain. So awesome, guys. Partners, let's go. If you're solo, keep working the solo with us. Partnered, let's go to it. If you're solo, do it on me. Try it on me.
Really quick on the partnered. Just show them how to fall. Gracefully.
I'll show you guys how to fall, and more importantly, show them how to when to let go.
Yes.
So the key for partner practice safety is the partner who's doing the folding. If you keep holding, you're gonna fall much more aggressively. So the second that Eve breaks my body, she lets me fall by myself so I can put my hips on the ground, which would otherwise be very challenging. So from the clinch.
You just do it by yourself, the fall?
Yeah, so here's what it feels like. I get picked up, I get folded, and then I do this, hips, and then I roll down. So she has to let go of my hips for me to be able to put my hips on the ground. So let's be very careful and make sure we let go right after the fold.
If you just fall straight like this, it's gonna
spike your shoulders, it's gonna suck.
Uncomfortable.
So everyone get in the clinch, left foot forward, wrap the body with the left, hold with the right, change levels, squeeze super tight, go tall, fold, oh, let go. Look how she let me go. You should do it so where you don't even have to come down with me. I'm saying that's a good indicator that you let go sufficiently. If Eve doesn't have to fall.
It's actually a good way to start.
It's the best way to start. Let's do it again.
So let's try that
with the partners. Let's go again. She clinches, she changes levels, she picks me up first, fold, release. And now do your baby step. Come on down, mount, 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 and fall. Now in real life, there isn't that gap, obviously, but Eve is able to demonstrate that beautifully. Clinch, change levels, make sure you guys are reversing rolls. It's nice and tight, up we go, fold me guys, step. And then she descends very casually, and I'm sitting down, following myself to the ground. Other side, everybody switch sides, or switch partners front to back, reversing rolls.
Now Henrik, and it's good to see a big person doing it on a smaller person.
You don't have to ask me twice.
Yeah.
So look, so I'm in the clinch, face me. So from here, I'm gonna wrap her up, grab her body, my leg is on the outside, I have her hips. She's here, I'm staying close, I'm gonna change levels, pull tight, lift, little fold, step, and I let her go. And then my hands separately come in and go. It's amazing, you guys. Once you break someone's posture, their lower back, and you fold them, it doesn't take much. Once they go past 45 degrees, they're going down. They're going. And all you have to do is tag along and ride them down to the bottom. It's so effective. And you know why it makes it more effective? Is that when they're trying to hit you, look, she clinches me. They don't like this at all, right? So what are they gonna try to do? Hit, hit, hit. But I'm folding because my hitting causes me to lean back. And the more backward leaning I am, the more tippable I am in that situation. So it's super effective for that. Cool, last one together, let's go. Now let's put it together. Let's put it all together. Everyone, just come closer to the camera.
We'll do
right in front.
First.
Everyone get right in front right here. We're gonna back up 3 steps and we're gonna clinch. Everyone solo. Hands up, right in front of the camera. Let's back up. 1, 2, 3. Now here comes the big punch, clinch. Boom, wrap, wrap, wrap. Get the body. Now here, hold, hold, move, move. Hold, hold, change levels, go down. Suck the hips in, stand up, fold, step, Hands, walk, mount. Yeah. Awesome. Let's try one more time. But this time, I'm gonna throw the punch at the camera. Ooh. Boom! So Eve will do it with you guys, but I'll actually throw the punch. So Eve, stand right here.
Okay.
Hands up. Eve's the back. Good guy. You guys follow Eve. I'm gonna punch you guys in the face. That's the indicator of when to clinch me. It'll be fun. It'll be like a virtual reality jiu-jitsu.
Oh my gosh.
I'm right here with you. Okay, so Eve, so get ready. As I'm stepping towards you, 1, back up. 2, back up. Here comes the punch. 3, go, clinch.
Get low, lift, bend, step, and then we're in.
Nice.
Julian asked, are you folding right at the torso?
Yes, Julian, great question. We're grabbing right around their lower back, just right in the pocket there. If you're too high, fold me as hard as you can. She can't. Okay, so she goes down right at my belt. Look at that, sucks the hips in, picks me up, and then easy. Oh my gosh, she's so good at that. It's crazy, you guys. For how much bigger I am than Eve, the ease with which she controls my center mass and then is able to fold me in half is incredibly effective. It's one of the best takedowns for a street fight against someone who's trying to hit you because their arms are flailing, but you control center mass, your head is buried for safety.
Yeah, and that's it. Is once you understand that if you control someone's center mass, if you can control their hips, you can control so much. Which is the same way we don't want our hips controlled, right? There's so much control from there. That's very difficult to get away.
Yeah, I saw 3 people just asked right now. Number 1, what if you strike during the clinch? We already talked about it. If they strike you during the clinch, it's okay. It's called the level 1 strike. And here's the beauty with level 1.
And they will probably strike you during the clinch. And that's important to acknowledge, right?
Level 1 strikes, you guys, are more exhausting to the strike thrower than they are damaging to the strike receiver. Do you guys understand? It's like, oh, we're gambling, and every time I spend $1, she spends 10. How much? If it's all about whoever runs out first loses, I'm gonna keep spending 1. Go put your 10. I put my 1. You put your 10. Put my 1. Put your 10. Do you understand? Because I know I'm drawing her into an equation of eventual complete debt. She's gonna go into 0 very quickly, right? She's gonna exhaust her resources more rapidly. So these strikes are very useless. Now the other question was, what if you can't pick someone up? That's when you do lesson number 4, or lesson number 6, or lesson number 17. Other lessons have the techniques that will teach you takedowns when the body fold isn't possible. That's the beauty of jiu-jitsu, specifically Gracie combatives and our beginner programs, is that we contemplate all the most likely threat scenarios, and then we ask ourselves, okay, what are the most effective techniques for these? And if this one doesn't work, what are 2 other options for the same scenario they can apply? That's what makes this program so cohesive versus just learning random techniques that really don't all come back together. But of course, we can't cover all 36 techniques today. We're covering about 5 or 6. But right now,
the other thing I'll say about what if somebody punches you from close quarters, it's important to recognize, and that's why I say that you will get punched. And so it's important to recognize that, because if I'm in this position and I do get punched from these 1s and 2s, and I'm so distracted by that punch, and
now it's going to get worse.
That I now let go and address those 1s and 2s, I put myself at the range of 10s or 8s or 10s, right? So that's why it's so important to acknowledge that we might get punched here, but a punch from this distance is way better than a punch from this 1 arm distance away.
And your overreaction,
which is a kind of a life-ending or fight-ending punch in that situation.
You called it. The overreaction to the 1s and 2s by amateur, untrained people is what exposes them to the 9s and 10s. Think about that, you guys. So as important as it is how to know to block punches, it's also important to know when not to address the punches. This is so major, but this is not intuitive. You have to learn this. And that's what we're talking about in Gracie Combatives. Now, right now, we have 2 missions. Number 1, you have to drink a little bit of water. Number 2, you have to go get a prop. This is our 50-yard line right now. We're taking a little 3-minute break to get props and water. So drink some water. I'm going to drink some, and I'm going to run to my closet right now. You need to bring back a hoodie. Everyone go get a hooded sweatshirt.
It doesn't have to be a quick flip.
If it turns into a backpack and it's quick flip, you get 10 extra points. If it's just a regular hooded sweatshirt of any kind, has to have a hood, has to have 2 arms, and it has to be a sweatshirt. Or a jacket. Bring it back. As long as it has a hood and 2 arms, you can use it for our next technique. All right, so check it out. Everyone lay their hoodie down. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to teach you this technique first, then we'll use our hoodie. Actually, don't lay it down yet.
I was going to say, no
first,
hoodie yet.
Bring
Let's
the body.
See what it actually looks like. Move back a little bit.
So let's say Eve takes down the guy on the train. Like for real, body fold takedown. She achieves the full mount. She gets in. She's here now. If Eve achieves full mount, you guys, number 1, she wants to hold this guy down, right, which is great. Number 2, eventually after holding him down for a while, she may look to gain compliance, right? And that can be done by many ways. 1, if you don't know what you're doing, top person, man or woman, and you sit up, you're going to probably do what? Boom, boom, boom. Brutalize them with punches. And yeah, that could be effective. The problem with punches as a means of victory is because Eve is so tall, she's also very pushable. She's very bench pressable because she's so light and so tall. So sitting up to strike could be counterproductive. Not to mention, what other concerns are there with punching as a means of victory?
I guess I could be punched as well,
You
right?
Could be, well, yeah, from here it's going to be tough.
Right. I guess, are you considering that I might care about you?
Yes, I'm considering that you live in America. If you live in America, there's
Like,
also a
what's the
legal
problem?
implication. Now imagine if we switch roles and I mount on Eve.
Right.
And I'm punching her face in as my means of controlling her.
Yeah.
I'm going to break her
or
face.
It's man versus a man, but you happen to be a bigger man, but you're still controlling a violent, smaller man.
Right.
And you start doing this, well, now you may be sued because
You break
you're
his
a bigger
whole
person
face,
than
you
them,
guys.
right?
So here's how crazy. Self-defense isn't just defending against the attack. Self-defense is defending against the lawsuit that comes when you defend against the attack without jiu-jitsu efficiency and effectiveness.
Yes. Let's rephrase it. So what's beautiful about jiu-jitsu is you can protect yourself and protect this person at the same time to the degree that you want to.
We're lovers, you guys, not fighters.
Right?
We're
So we
lovers.
can protect them as well as protecting ourselves, and the ability to do both is amazing. Now, it may be a situation where that's not your concern whatsoever and you do what you got to do, but knowing that if your drunk uncle gets crazy at a party and you need to hold him down, you're not going to give him a black eye and like bloody his face up, right?
There you go.
Just the ability to control somebody, that's what we're going to see right now.
So check this out, the Americana Arm Lock, the most basic, this is taught in lesson number 2 of Gracie Combatives, the most basic submission, but one of the most reliable for gaining compliance in a street fight situation where this person doesn't know jiu-jitsu, they're here blocking their face, she goes 2-on-1, she's going to lock it up and she's going to squeeze, and then from there you can talk to the guy.
Hey, are you gonna chill? Are you gonna chill?
Listen, I just want to attack random people on the train.
No,
Come on, ow! Okay, let me just punch one more guy in the face.
Nope.
Okay.
We're here.
Okay, you're gonna hold me till the cops get here?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Sorry. Are you undercover cop? Because you're so good. All right, so check this out, you guys. 2-on-1. Eve, break down the basics on the Americana, and then we'll talk about how to do it solo, you guys. We're gonna have a lot of fun with this one.
2-on-1, wrist control, elbow control, and I'm just pushing it to the ground. I drive it to the ground here. I wedge my elbow. Let's actually turn this way a little bit. There we go. I wedge my elbow in his neck, controlling the angle of his arm here. My other hand comes underneath, and I go palm up underneath, and now I grab my own wrist. Double monkey grips here. And now from here, my head can come down, and we'll just look at the actual technique here. We'll not talk about our legs yet, but we will drag and put pressure there.
And what makes this hurt, you guys, because right here, most common mistake is they lift this elbow. Look, I feel nothing. The reason why it hurts is because Eve is taking my hand and sliding it south. When she takes my hand, almost like she's trying to touch her own knee. See her knee right here? Like, put my hand on your knee. Look at that. That's what hurts. And what she does is, all her weight is being weighted on her elbow. The only part of her upper body that doesn't move is this elbow on the ground next to my neck. So she slides her hand, slides her elbow up, and she twists. Other side. Look, 2-on-1.
So 2-on-1. What you'll notice is that in order to get his arm down, if it's arm strength versus arm strength, he might be able to out-strength me from here. So instead, look, stiffen your arms and put your entire body weight in. That's how you get their arms down. So monkey grip, you can stiffen your arms, bring it down here, and now I wedge my elbow in. It has to be connected.
Tight.
If this is loose, it's too hard to control. So we have to have an anchor point, which is his neck, the crook of his neck and his shoulder.
Show them how you sneak under that
And
elbow.
now from here, I want to get underneath the elbow. I do that, look, palm up.
Most people do it palm down.
It's
Most people do
kinda
this
hard
palm
to get
down.
under there.
If I can resist with my elbow, but if she goes
Step,
palm up,
palm up, I can just reach in.
She's
I
digging her way
dig
through.
underneath. And once I clear, watch the hand switch. Now it's palm down. Palm down, and I grab my own wrist here. Okay,
So
own
tight.
wrist. And this is all just connected, right? Because what I don't want to see is this. So this has to be controlled. We're here. Scoot back a little. Scoot up. No, that way. There we go. Yes. So now we're from here. So our grips are monkey grips right here, double grips, and then the head is low.
he's gonna try to scratch or poke you. You want to slide and lift now. She's gonna go
so
down.
now we're gonna slide. Now, two things to think about. There's two movements happening at once. The first is that the elbow is being lifted, but as Henner mentioned, if we just lift the elbow, nothing happens. So as we're lifting the elbow, we're also painting the ground with his hand. Okay, and if I just paint the ground, nothing happens either, right? So I have to lift and paint at the same time.
Bad guy, tap out. That's how you indicate discomfort, and do that before your arm breaks, preferably.
Yes, please. So tapping means stop, okay? So when you feel a tap, that means let go, and it doesn't mean stop right there. It means the moment you feel it, look, you release everything. Okay, you don't hold it there.
Awesome. Okay.
So let's do that again.
I'm gonna do it with the thing.
So
Thank
cool.
you. Okay, everyone get your hoodies now. Let's get
your
ready.
hoodies.
Everyone get your hoodies. Let's go. Lay it flat out with the two wings straight out to the side. Everyone solo with your hoodies. And Eve will check you guys out. Turn your arms. Look at my arms. I turn them north. Everyone turn your hoodie elbows north. So you have 90-degree hoodie elbows. So it's like this, the hoodie on the ground. Let's go, mount up, and now mount on your hoodie. Both knees on the ground right there. I'm seeing you guys, Katrina looking great, CJ looking sharp. From the mounted hoodie, you have your hood right in the center. What I want you to do now is 2 hands, look, go across and grab the opposite arm with no thumb. Keep your thumbs, you don't even have thumbs on this one. Grab it across, elbow down on the ground right next to the crook of the neck of the hood. From there, take your same side hand, look, palm up, and literally scrape under the hood elbow, turn and grab your own wrist, no thumbs. And now put your head down, keep your elbow on the ground by the neck of the hood, keep your elbow there, take the hand and slide it down as you lift your elbow as high as you can. Reset, do it again. Sit up.
CJ,
other side, 2 hands, go to the side.
A little bit closer so they can see a little better. Yes, there we go.
How's that? Everyone looking good? Okay, other side. Mount on the hoodie, 2 hands, go across on the L shape.
Let's see it, Georgia.
Grab, lower your elbow on the ground. Same side hand goes under the elbow. Turn, grab your own wrist, no thumbs.
There we go, Hannah.
Head down. Keep this elbow stationary by the hood. The hand's gonna slide as you lift this elbow. Do it together, go. Slide and lift, slide and lift, slide and lift, slide and lift.
Yes.
You just broke his arm. Great, other side, 2 on 1. Boom. Go under the elbow. Nice.
That's
grab your own wrist. Grab the wrist with no thumbs. Head down. Slide and lift, slide and lift, slide and lift.
Nice.
Broke your arm. Excellent. So now that you've done a couple of those, watch the problem. If Eve mounts on me, you guys, and she does this move over here, look, it's all good, but as she sneaks under, the bigger person is not going to lay here and let this happen. They're going to use the free hand, watch, and they're going to bench press you straight off because they're strong and they're bigger and they're going to push you off. So watch what Eve has to do. When she arm locks this side, watch what she does slow. When she's going to arm lock that one, as soon as she slides under, look at her leg did. She hooked on. Now it's impossible for me to bench press her because she has a deep hook interlaced with my leg. Her hips are very heavy, her foot is to the sky, and her knee is floating off the mat right here so she can keep it floating. Look at her knee. It's floating because so much hip pressure. So the weight's not on her knee, it's on her hips. And her other leg is propped up in a normal mount. She's not hooking both legs, only one. Switch sides. So whichever arm she does the lock on, she pins it down. Watch the back leg comes in, but watch how she's going to pin. Her front leg is going to go in.
At the same time it hooks in.
Look at the front knee right here, you guys. This knee is not hooked in on this side. That knee's not coming in.
This knee is up and angled. And then from here, the back leg is in. So if you can, you want to think about, and I know it's a little bit of a workout, but try to get that back knee off the ground. That's how tight you're squeezing and how much pressure you're putting in to their hips here.
And now she's going to slide and twist. And I can't push her off because she's locked onto my leg. Look, you guys. She's hooked in and her hips are very heavy such that my voice is being changed. Other side. Okay, we're going to do this one more time, partner, then we'll do it solo. Check it out.
So we start the same, no rush. Double grip, wrist grab here. Elbow in.
She's coming under.
At the same time, try this. So from our knees are here. At the same time our arm goes in, shoot the back hook in as well.
Melt that hip down.
Melt it down. You should put all your weight. Your partner should be pretty uncomfortable right now if you have
Love it.
Okay, double monkey grips. Head down. And drive the hips.
Okay, my turn solo on the dummy here. Check it out. So let's mount up on your hoodie, you guys. Everybody mount up. If you have a partner, you can try with your partner as well. You guys can do it with your partner. If you don't, let's go solo right here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn this sideways so you can see better, you guys. Check it out. So I'm going to go attack this arm. So 2 on 1. Look. Lock it down. As I sneak under, watch my back leg. Watch my back leg. I'm going to slide and put my pelvis on the ground and my toes in the air. As long as your toes are facing the sky, you win. Now lock up double monkey grips. Keep your head down. And then slide and lift. Slide and lift. Slide and lift. And reset. Beautiful. Come back up. As long as your toes were facing the sky, you have a good hook. Let's go. 2 on 1. Lock it in. Elbow tight. Come under, palm up. Turn and grab your own wrist, no thumbs.
That's it, Ricky.
Nice, you guys. From here, head down, take your back hook, slide it in, toes up, hips down, slide and lift, slide and lift, slide and lift, and you got it. Boom.
Yep. And Nathan.
Excellent. One more time. Other side. 2 on 1. Double monkey grips, pin it down.
Johan asked, what's the point of having the head down?
The reason you want to have your head down, Johan, is because if your head is up, they can scratch you. This other hand's going to go rip and punch and scratch and pull your eyes out. So that hand can be dangerous to me, bro. That's why when I go here, look, I'm here. Now there's no access to my face. And now with my hook, slide that hook in, drop
those hips as
and then
low as they go. Awesome.
Excellent. If you have a partner, try with a partner. If you're solo, keep going on the hoodie. Watch Eve do it, partner, while you guys mount up on each other. If there's 2 of you, mount up. I'm going to have you guys do it once each. So she pins it down, locks the elbow in. Opposite side, that's the leg hook, you guys. Opposite side of the arm lock is where you want to hook that leg. Slide and lift. Other side. What's up, Gracie Tulsa? I see you guys.
Close in the house.
Other side, and elbow down. Put the back hook in, and then slide and lift. Everyone switch roles. If you have two of you, reverse roles after you did it twice. Other person gets to go. Eve will keep doing it so you guys can watch, and Tracy will throw any questions if there's any good ones there. Elbow down, tuck it in, come under. Look at the leg hook, deep, hip pressure. Bad guy, push them a little bit, see if they're solid, and then they're gonna slide and twist your arm. Last one on this side. Here we go, pin it down, elbow tight, and she's good to go. Pressure, pressure, slide. Oh my gosh, she got it right there. Epic, you guys. That was the Americana Arm Lock standard variation. Question.
Dorothea asked, can this technique be done effectively on someone much bigger than you, especially if you're a woman?
Dorothea asked, can you do this on someone much bigger? Yes. Listen, you guys, very carefully. Jiu-Jitsu is the art that can be done on someone much bigger than you. That's why you're on this web stream instead of any other web stream this morning of martial arts. I don't care how many there are in the world, you chose the right one. Because the only reason the Gracie family is here, the only reason the world is in love with Jiu-Jitsu right now is one. If you had to summarize one reason, it's the only martial art that has consistently proven that you can learn it as a smaller person and use it effectively against a larger, more athletic person. So the answer to every move for the rest of your life, can this be done on someone larger? If we're teaching it, yes. Now, depending on the size larger, we're talking 100 pounds, 200 pounds, or 500 pounds larger, certain techniques will be inhibited a little bit and have to be modified. But the reason this art exists and is so prominent and so successful is because it's proven consistently over time, 100 years almost, that it's the only art. There is no other art with the same track record of success for smaller people to be effective against larger attackers in real fights than Jiu-Jitsu.
And what you'll never hear us say is go harder or punch, go faster. And it's not going to be a matter of how strong you are, right? So we didn't say, you have to pull as strong as you can. It's all about leverage. It's about these principles of distance management, of applying leverage, of finding ways to use the stronger parts of your body. Like this is like hips and back against one arm.
Yeah,
one arm, your entire body against one arm right now here. So once we create those, you can create that, that leverage of an entire body versus one body part, then
that's
we're
why it's so
good.
effective. Absolutely. Cool. All right, let's do it if you fall off in the mount. Check this out. So now Eve is mounted. It's very possible that she's mounted and someone's so strong that before she's able to lock it up, they push her off. She falls. And when she falls, what that looks like is guard. This is called the guard, you guys. I am now inside Eve's guard. And what that means is her knees are on the outside of my hips. Before, I was mounted on Eve where my knees were around her hips. Right now, the advantage I have right now is very strong because I have her body trapped. When I'm inside her guard, I'm still on top of the fight, but the advantage is questionable because if this person knows Jiu-Jitsu, she can actually defeat me. There are many options she can win the fight with from the bottom because I'm inside her guard. But all of those options are only accessible to her if she can survive long enough to burn my energy. Mm-hmm. I'm going to attack her with everything I've got, and in that process, I'm going to burn energy. If she's alive on the other side of that onslaught, she can defeat me with many techniques and options you'll see throughout the curriculums. If she can't survive the initial 30-second onslaught of strikes and the barrage of attacks, then it doesn't matter how many submissions or techniques she knows because you're going to get punched and knocked out, and once you're unconscious, there's nothing you can do. So what we want to teach you now is a series of techniques that will help you survive the barrage of punches that will inevitably come from an attacker who ends up inside your guard. How they got here, there are many different ways. They could have thrown you down and just landed here. You could have mounted on them and then got rolled off the way we just demonstrated. There's many ways. They could throw your legs out of the way. She could turn and put me in the guard, and she can make this happen on her own accord. You see? So she initiated the guard recovery there. So it doesn't matter how we got here. What matters is that once we get here, she better know what to do, and that's the topic for today's discussion, or for this particular discussion called the Punch Block Series. Okay, we're going to talk about it. And it's several stages of protection depending on what the person is doing. So this is stage 1, 2, 4, 5, 4, back to 1. If I sit up, that's stage 3. Look at this. All she's doing throughout all of this is managing distance and therefore managing damage that can be done. So we're going to talk to you guys about those stages one at a time, and then we'll do them solo with you. And if you have a partner, you can practice with your partner as well, but solo will be very fun to practice these ones. So stage 1, it means head and arm control, which is what Eve is doing right now.
Set, are you on?
Right there.
Cool. So we want head control, and we want arm control, and we want legs. What's the theme here? Closeness, okay? Distance management. I want to control his distance. I need to control his head. I want to control his ability to strike with this arm, and my legs wrapped around his torso further controls his ability to sit, to rear up and try to strike. So head control, arm control. We call this stage 1.
We love stage 1.
And I'm just kind of hanging on this here. The other objective for me is to use the least amount of energy needed to be able to control distance, right? So I'm just hanging, I'm controlling, and
it's perfect. Now, one thing that the attacker might do, you guys, even though stage 1 is great from a real dangerous strike perspective, the reality is, because Eve's hugging my neck, I do have a free arm. And if I pull this arm to punch her ribs, I can do some serious damage right here in stage 1. So she can stay in stage 1 as long as I'm reaching for her face. She can stay close. She can hold me in tight. I'm going to have very limited effectiveness. But when I rear up with this arm right here, watch what she's going to do. Her knee slips right inside. And if the other side pulls away, her knee comes in. This is called stage 2. So it's a different stage of protection based on distance that I've created and her filling of that space. We call it filling the space. So I made space, Eve's knee filled the space, and now she's hooking my triceps. Talk about this position right here, Eve.
So my forearms are connected to my legs. So my knees are angled out, my feet are somewhat close to his hips here, knees are angled out. My forearms are connected to my legs, and my arms are wrapping the back of his triceps here with monkey grips. So he shouldn't be able to come over the top because
her shins are too prominent.
My shins are driving in here, right?
It's too, I can't reach.
He can't retract his arm back because of this deep hook and this connection.
So it's interesting is her arms are not blocking the punch. Her arms are hooking the tricep. Her shins are what's stopping the punch. And the more I punch with this one, the more she activates her femur and pushes away like that. And if I punch on this side, she activates this leg. So she's constantly adapting those based on the incoming threat. Okay, so from here, that's called stage 2. And during my attack, if I lean forward, she straightens both legs and she lets me fall back to stage 1. So 1, 2, 1. One more time. So head control, arm control. As I pull the body punch, her knee slips in the hole. And then she hooks my tricep with a spread knee. And then if I pull the other arm away, she inserts the knee as well. So once again, we're always filling the space that the attacker is creating. And now I can't reach her face. Check, check. And as I lean, she straightens both legs, lets me follow, and goes back to stage 1. Okay, everyone lay down solo with me, please, right now. Let's do this. So we're on our back, feet crossed, right here. I'm going to angle for you so you can see a little bit better. There it is, right there. So I want everyone's feet crossed. I want your right hand hugging the neck and your left hand pinching over the person's arm, and use your elbow to pinch your lat, like pinch it into your ribs. And just kind of stay close, but I want your knees not here, as close and comfortable as you can. So they're almost touching your forearms. Look. Now let's imagine from here they pull a body shot on the head hug side, on your right side, their left. What I want you to do is uncross your legs, insert your knee, and then take your head hug and slide your forearm outside your thigh and shin. And then take your hand, make a gooseneck, full deep gooseneck, and glue it. Don't let it disconnect, you guys. Be glued. Excellent. Now, on the other side, as they pull the punch, slide, always touching your leg. Slide, hook, double goosenecks. And now your toes are out, heels are in, and I want your knees to do this femur, like you're riding a bike. Out, back. Extension, boom. So if they're punching here, I extend this side. If they punch here, I extend, and I roll my side slightly while that happens. Roll your body, boom, boom, boom. And now they're leaning forward. Straighten both legs, let them in, hug the head, and cross back up. Let's do it one more time. In comes the punch. 1 and 2. Now follow, follow, follow. Hold those triceps. Nice. Now let them back in. Straight and drop. Excellent. Keep going solo with me right here. Let's do number 3. So we're going to do all solo, and then you can do partnered afterwards. If you want to do it, you can. Now stage 3 means this. She's here. Instead of pulling the body punch, I sit up. I'm successful at breaking her grip. Now I'm postured. This is very dangerous for Eve because I can reach her very damagingly, and she is going to have a tough time defending if she doesn't know what to do.
Stage 2 is not going to do anything for me.
2 won't work because I'm too high. So when the person pulls away from stage 1, watch what she does. Knees come in, hips go up. You already learned this during the warm-up, you guys. Look at, because Eve's femur plus her torso is always going to be longer than my arm. Look at this. I'm 6'4". She's
5'7" and
5'7" and a half. She always gets the halves. Look, there's no way my hand can reach her, not even close, because she has her hips elevated. Now, if I'm on my heels, she can put her feet on my hips. If I sit up, her feet just dangle outside my rib cage because this is the main point of contact and I still can't reach her. Super effective, stage 3. And then as I'm attacking, she's blocking and then she lets me back in when I least expect it, and we're back to stage 1. That was called 1-3-1. Show him 1-2-3-1.
So now we're in 1. Let's say he pulls the body punch, we go back to 2. And I'm hooking here. He pulls the other arm. Now, if he goes to sit up from here, I need to transition to 3. Look, knees together, hips up, feet on the outside. Hips up, that's the key. Knees together.
That was a 2 to a 3. Stage 2 to 3.
1, 2, 3, and then we always let him back in. Look, now this time when I let him back in, instead of just straightening my legs, I bend at the hips. So think about this, a book that's open, we close the book and then we can straighten the legs and bring them back in to stage 1.
Boom. Okay. So we're here. That was 1, 3, 1. So let's check it out. Let's do it solo. So if you're here, everyone lay down. Head control, or cross your legs. Everyone go together. We're gonna go 1, 3, 1.
I'm gonna check you guys.
So the person, let's say we're here and they sit up and they push away. As they disengage, everyone do this. As they sit up, cross, open your legs, open your legs. Look, bring both knees in, put your feet down and lift your pelvis up. Flat body, hips up,
Josh.
hands up right here in the center. Now as they're attacking you,
Petra.
bring your knees to your chest, look, shh, and cross them back up. Let them back in, always bring them back down. From stage 1 now, if they go for the body shot, watch, insert your knee, go to stage 2. And now femur. 1.
Let's do it, Jade
2,
and Brandon.
3,
You got it.
4. Nice. Now let's say they sit up to pull away. Feet down, hips up, stage 3. Because they're now sitting up taller, feet on the ground, pelvis elevated. Nice. And now they're attacking, and now let them back in. Drop them down and wrap them up to stage 1.
That's it, Ethan.
That was the full cycle. Everyone's doing it solo.
Jan,
Excellent.
you got it.
That was a 1, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1. Now watch stage 4. If Eve is down, I attack, she wraps me in stage 1. Okay, if instead of sitting up, watch my legs. I stand, 1, 2, and I pull away, she goes to stage 4. Feet on the hips, and now I can't reach her because she has full extension of her torso, both feet. And then as I aggress towards her, she eventually lets me back in, boom, and goes back to stage 1, all the way back down, okay? So, one more time. So stage 1.
Stage 1. As he goes to stand up, look, I control his posture as much as I can until the very last minute, and then I push him away.
Oh, it's so annoying, you guys.
And I get my feet in.
Because I'm like trying to get up, and it's so annoying. And then I bust out through her grip and control, wasting energy in the process. And by the time I escape, she already has her feet ready to block my strikes coming back in.
Remember the pliés we did in the beginning?
Plie.
This is it. Feet are angled out on his hips. Legs are slightly bent but strong.
Plie.
Holding them in place. And after maybe one missed strike, we bring him back in. Look, we bend, and then we bring the leg braids around, but always back to stage 1. Do you notice the pattern here?
Everyone lay down, do it with
Always
Eve.
back to stage 1.
Everyone lay down right now, do it with Eve. We're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4. Watch this. So stage 1.
So from 1, he pulls the punch.
Boom.
2 and 2.
Everyone get in your 2s, please.
Get in your 2s, even if you're solo. Here. Now, if Rener sits up, look, knees come together, hips go up. You can place your feet on the floor if you don't have a
Everyone
partner.
get in your 3s.
And
We're all solo. We're all solo.
Solo here.
I stand
As he
up.
goes to stand now, look, my feet.
Hips lower, feet on the
Stick to
pelvis.
his hips.
Stage
My
4.
hips go down though. My hips are now down. Legs are extended. We're blocking, and now we can bring them back in to 1.
Boom! All stages there, you guys. Stage 4. Now, if I stand up, look, after that one, she puts her feet, stage 4. If I lean, she lets me back in. If I do not lean, drop me down. She can't bring me in because I'm not giving her weight sufficient to bring me back to stage 1. So if it's stage 4 and the attacker's not leaning, we're going to kick them. Boom! Up kick, axe kick, knee kick. We're going to make them very much question their choice to be at that range. And then as the bad guy walks around, look what Eve does. Stage 5, everyone. Nice to meet you. Talk to him about this, Eve.
So just like we did in the beginning, what I want is my foot in between us. I want to make sure that my foot is kind of aligned. It's almost like the line of sight is my big toe in his head from here. And the idea is that at any point, right, if he does decide to charge, I can block, and then I can bring him back in, right? Or if he decides he's back in stage 5, even if he just kind of messes around and gets too close, boom, I can kick his knee, I can kick him out, I can strike. So he should feel like he can't come close to me without getting bit.
It's like a rattlesnake,
by the
you guys.
snake.
What's the most dangerous rattlesnake? The coiled one. If the rattlesnake is extended full body length, it can't bite you if you're right here. It's this rattlesnake that not only can bite you here, but because of the momentum of this, can pounce out and get you even further than it otherwise would be able to reach in normal state. We're moving.
So look, the direction that I'm turning, I'm using that leg to kind of pull me towards him. Okay, here and here. Keeping our head off the ground, right? And if they come close, everyone just practice this.
Boom.
Kick out.
Everyone lay down. Do it with her. Do it with her.
Okay, so you're here. Everyone just kick out the foot.
Boom.
Kick
Imagine you're blasting my knee like here, like
boom, blasting the knee.
Making them reconsider their life up here.
Blasting the knee. Now, let's try one other kick, which is lifting our hips and kicking up.
Boom. Chest,
so
torso,
lift
stomach.
Your hips, kicks up.
Boom. If they come in, you kick them in the
and
face
that
with
would be us pushing off their hip and then blasting them here.
Up kick
or
right
axe
there.
Kick. Yep. Great.
Okay, so let's circle. I'm going to attack you guys. Everyone solo, lay down. Circle with me. Circle with me.
Stage 5, stage
Circle
5,
with me.
stage 5.
When I say attack, I'm going to come punch you in the face.
And we're going to go to stage 4.
Block my hips. Attack.
Here we go.
Both feet. Stop my hits.
Strong legs.
Now let me in slow.
And now let him back in to stage 1.
Let's do the whole sequence together. Everyone stage 1 solo right now. Solo. Here comes the body shot. Boom. That's a stage 1.5. That's stage 2.
Knees are wide. Knees are wide. We got it.
Stage 2.
Arms are connected.
I'm going to stand up. Everyone go to stage 4.
Feet goes on his hips like you're strong.
If I'm attacking, let me get back in.
Bring him back into stage 1.
Follow the order with us, you guys. Everyone's counting to 5 with me. Here we go. Now if I sit up.
Right? We can push him away.
What stage is it?
Stage 3.
Thank you.
Knees in, hips up.
Block, block, block.
Blocking. If he puts pressure, we can bring him back in.
Boom. If I stand up directly.
Hold his head.
Annoying.
And then push him away.
Boom,
Stage 4.
boom. And then from here, if I move around.
We go to stage 5, you guys. Follow along.
Kick the knee.
Kick
Bow.
Or we switch the legs when you switch directions. That's your turning.
Here comes the attack. Block the hips.
Stage 4. Here we go. And then bring him back in. Stage
Boom.
1.
Stay tight right here. Stay connected. And then what? If he, let's say he goes to stage 2. Everyone to stage 2. From 2, what if he sits up? 3. Knees on my chest. Everybody, knees on my chest. Together. Feet on the ground, knees on the chest. What if I stand up? 4. What if I back up? 5. What if I attack? Block. Let me back in. 0, back to 1.
Back
Boom.
to stage 1.
Awesome, you guys.
Question
Okay.
from Mohammed. How do you prevent getting elbowed when letting them back in?
Muhammad asked on the elbow drops on the way back in. So she blocks my hips. Boom, she's here. He might elbow you or punch you on the way back, Muhammad. This is a risky point, so that's why you have to control the clock and the timing. You gotta surprise me when you drop me. I don't know when Eve's gonna drop. When she does, I'm totally off balance, and that was a function of her timing. Now, to be safe, she's always very tight. There's no elbow if she's tight. Boom, she's gonna be okay. Okay, Muhammad, block your face on the way down. Great question, you guys. Okay, so that's called the punch block series, stages 1 through 5. You guys can practice that whole sequence after the seminar today with your partner. You can do it all. You did it solo, you can do it partnered, you can rewatch and practice it together. What I'd like to do now for our final physical exercise here is I want to do a full combination of the moves that we saw today. I have a chance to practice all those and put them all together. And that will be fun. And this is how we do in every Zoom class. They're normally not such long classes. It's 40-minute classes instead of 2 hours. But let's put all the moves that we saw together, make a reflex development drill or a fight simulation drill. We're all going to do it solo. You can do it partnered again this week, whenever you want. But right now, I want everyone to do solo this reflex development drill so you can see how much progress we can do by ourselves, no problem. We're gonna start with the presumption that we are on the ground in a fight, we got thrown to the ground, and someone achieves the mount. Maybe they caught us off guard, maybe they hit you from behind, and you fell down, and you're on your back, okay? So everybody lay down. We're gonna follow me through this solo. Eve, wanna check them out over there? So we're gonna lay down. I got slammed down. Everyone lay down. Everyone lay down. As soon as you get slammed down, check this out. We're gonna immediately, look, we're gonna immediately sit up and hug the person's body. Everyone hug.
Feet on the ground.
Nice and tight.
Sit up and hug.
Beautiful. At this point, we're gonna do a big pull. Boom, because we're gonna climb the tree. Wiggle, go north. Wiggle, go north. Nice. Backhand, hug the body. Front hand, wrap and lock that arm in, nice and tight. Now push off, trap the foot. Trap the foot on the same side as the arm trap. We're doing trap and roll punch block variation.
Nice crew.
Bridge, reach over, roll the person over and land inside their guard.
Looking good.
Once you land in the guard, push off their hips, jump up, and get out of that fight. But once you get up, they don't let you get out. They attack you again. So as they rush you, everybody get ready, and clinch.
You're
Boom.
gonna clinch.
Step in, wrap the body. Everyone hold the torso tight. Follow, follow.
Nice, Francisco.
Follow, follow. Everyone get ready.
Go.
Change levels. Go down, pull the hips in, pick up, body fold, step. Hands, hands, mount, mount, and get into that full mount.
BK, I see you.
Everyone get in the mount. And from the mount, everyone sit up, 2 hands, grab the Americana Arm Lock. Reach across, 2 hands, elbow down on the ground. As your hand sneaks under the imaginary elbow, turn and grab no thumbs.
Grab your wrist.
Opposite leg, hook the leg, boom.
Nice,
Everyone put your hooks in, put your back hook in, remember, for the arm lock. And now, break the arm, slide and lift. But as you break it, it doesn't work. He has double jointed. He rolls you off. And now you're on the bottom of the fight. Everybody roll, fall off. But when you fall,
bottom of the
they're
guard.
inside your legs. Everybody, they're right inside. Cross your legs. You trap their body. Excellent. Grab the head, hug the arm.
Boy, looking good.
Everyone stay bottom of the guard. Stage 1, stay tight. At this point, they go to punch you in the rib cage. Okay, so get ready. Stage 2. Stage 2. Beautiful.
Looking good.
Follow, 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 follow. And at this point, they sit up. Stage 3. Everybody, knees up, hips, feet down, hips up.
Knees together.
Feet down, hips up, hands up. Let him back in. He's attacking you. Bring him in and cross your legs again.
That's it, Jan. Perfect.
Stage 1. Now, they stand up again. Feet on the hips. Stage 4, plie. Everyone, stage 4. Block, block, block.
Looking
Now,
good, Gen C.
they're not leaning on you. Put your foot down, break their face. Boom, kick up in the face, and kick the knee. Now they're circling. Follow, 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 follow. Other side, follow.
Awesome.
Kick him in the knee. Boom, hips up when you kick. Boom. And now they attack you. Block the hips, let them in, wrap them up. Stage 1, guard. Got them back in the guard.
Nice, Petra.
We're back in the guard, you guys. Everything's looking pretty solid. But this time, they're trying to slam you. They pick you up off the ground, let them go, feet on the hips. And up kick again. Boom. This time they back up. They back up because you cracked them in the nose. Now sit up. Everyone sit up. Hands down. Quickly sit up. Fold your legs and jump back.
Woo.
And get out of that train car real quick. Get out of the train car, you guys. Be gone. Be gone.
That was awesome.
That was a full combo, you guys. And normally in regular class, we would do it like 2 or 3 more times. Build more muscle memory. And you'd be rocking and rolling. Awesome, you guys. Excellent. So now we want to open up for some questions. More general, I should say. General, open, technical questions. And then we're going to kind of walk you through how the programs actually work here at GU. And we also want to make such a special offer available for you.
I have a question.
That you're going to be able to train with us for the rest of your life.
I have a question.
Like legitimate students.
Yeah. With all this closeness, what about if somebody bites you?
Biting, eye gouging.
What about because
strikes.
we're so close, someone could bite us
The number one.
close place?
It's the number one question for all of jiu-jitsu.
I saw it out there, and it's a great question because we're so close, and you're thinking your mouth is right there, the teeth are right there.
Here's what I will say. Fights are close. There's no way around it. Fights are close. If a bigger person grabs you and takes you to the ground, you're in a close fight regardless of whether you want to be there or not. What I can tell you is because of my comfort in closeness, I can avoid a bite from any position. I can manage their biting intentions better because I remain prefrontal cortex, which means the conscious, rational, decision-making part of my brain is active. I'm aware of what I'm doing. I'm not panicking. I haven't been amygdala hijacked, where you're just fight or flight and you're just panicking and trying to stay afloat in the fight. So if you were to throw me into the pool with someone else who doesn't know how to swim, both of us go in the water, and that person is trying to bite me, they're drowning at the same time because they don't know how to swim. But I'm just treading water, and I'm like, dude, why do people bite me? I'm like, yo, why are you biting me? What's wrong with you, bro? There's no bite. I can manage that because I know how to swim, and I'm treading water with my feet. The same is true in a ground fight. Whoever can tread water and be comfortable can therefore consciously and deliberately address the dirty fighting techniques of the other person. So you'll learn specific techniques, but this is a much more general question in reality. If you're comfortable in the water, you can address the additional specific threat. If you don't know how to swim, though, there's no chance.
That's right. And I think the other overall concept is you address the biggest threat at the time at all times.
Right.
So if I'm so afraid of getting bit that I don't get closeness, then guess what? I'm going to get knocked out. So, but if I'm close and now there's a biting threat, now I can do things to avoid or to actually create distance. If their intention is to get close, I can actually create distance then, right? So we just address whatever the largest threat is at the moment, but we need to know how to, and we need to learn how to accurately prioritize threats. And just statistically speaking, majority of fights are won by knockouts, not by biting.
Yeah.
So if you just look out there, I mean, a bite can do damage, you know, but to be honest, I think I'd rather get bit in the arm than knocked out punch in the head.
100%.
So we always have to kind of prioritize what the most imminent threat is. And if we prioritize those 1s and 2 threats, then again, we put ourselves at the 9s and 10s in terms of the damage that can be done.
Absolutely. Excellent, you guys. So what's crazy, when we kicked off Zoom classes, formal classes in, I think it was June, beginning of June, we were like, okay, let's see how this goes online, at home. 80% of people or more are working solo. Let's see how much progress we can actually make through this platform and through this style of teaching. And what's interesting is that initially, I was like, man, I don't know how much is going to be possible, how much growth they're going to make. Well, first of all, from the time that we've started, the amount of feedback we've gotten from people who are doing it, who are not training because of COVID right now, their schools are closed, wherever they are in the world, depends what state or what country you're in, you're either doing jiu-jitsu or you're not. And even in countries that are open, if you don't feel safe practicing, doing jiu-jitsu solo at home or with a very trusted training partner is really the only way to learn right now if you're in a compromised population and you don't want to be around people who are grappling and sweating on each other on a regular basis. So we weren't sure, but what's crazy is this. what I realized is I was invited. Many of you know this, many of you don't know this. I was invited by my friend Kelly Slater, the professional world champion, best surfer of all time. I was invited by Kelly Slater to his wave pool where he has the perfect wave that is generated. It's every surfer's dream on this planet. Everyone who's on the stream knows about it if you've ever surfed in your life. So I was invited by the champ there, the GOAT, to go to this wave pool. And when I got there, I was catching these waves. The wave was beautiful, big barrel, and it was the first time in my life that I thought I would get caught in the barrel and be able to get out, which is a very big deal for surfers because I'm not that good. I'm like blue belt, one stripe surfer. So I'm there and I'm taking these monster perfect waves, like the best in history of mankind. The best man-made wave, which is really the perfect wave. And I pulled into the barrel, and every time I got in the barrel, I was going in and I was like, I'm gonna do it. And I was getting hit, and I would get washing machine. And it's a concrete floor, about 4 feet deep, so it sucks. When you get tumble, you get elbow, you get hit, it sucks. But I'm getting washing machined every single time. After the first session in the pool, Kelly, who was there, who invited me, said, Rener, come here, I want to show you something. And he got over here, like stand up and base, and here's what he did. Imagine like you're inside the barrel, get down low.
I don't know what the barrel is.
They're perfect. But here's what he said. He looked at my body like this, and he said, Rener, the reason why you're falling is because, turn this way, you're going this way down the line, is because you're so bent over, the wave is hitting here, and it's pulling you off balance, and you're falling. He said, what you need to do, face down the line right here, with my body, he said this, you need to turn this back knee facing the front and squat down and turn your shoulders facing the front. Now, the wave is gonna go next to your hips instead of turn and into your hips right here. So just by taking my hips, turning me and getting me to squat more like this, I became a much smaller target, so I was able to fit in the barrel that my big 6'4" clumpy body wasn't previously fitting in. So when he made these adjustments on the floor, there wasn't even a board and there wasn't a wave, but he just did these little. You guys, the next time I went out, it's a 1 hour session, an hour apart. I caught in the barrel, perfect barrels for the rest of the day and the following day, and I had never been there in my life. And what I realized is that for every jiu-jitsu technique in the curriculum, there is partnered practice against a resistant opponent for sparring. But there's also adjustments and mechanical body understanding that if you don't have that, then the partnered application is irrelevant. And what we're finding with our Zoom classes is that we're having to focus more on the self-contained and solo drills, body mechanics, and kind of self-reflective understanding of the technique. In other words, it's not mattering how you move responsive to someone else, it matters how you move in relation to yourself. And we're having a chance to explore so many details, so even people who've been training jiu-jitsu for many years are doing Zoom solo and saying, Rener, I've never done this much drilling on both sides. I've never done this much focus on the actual self-mechanical details. And as a result, I'm getting better and we're doing this at home. And then they've subsequently had a chance to train with people and they said that their jiu-jitsu is getting better as a result of the Zoom practice. So this was kind of a surprise to us. We didn't expect that level of possibility and we're super stoked. And today, all of our programs exist in online form. And every single one of them, you guys, look how this works. So these are the cards for our students who are doing Zoom right now. Look at this. So every single program has this is how it works. Every single student has a card for their program. And these blue check marks indicate progress with us on Zoom for the classes that they've done. So right here is Kiona's card, and that's all her classes. You guys, I've never met her in person, but she's in every single class, and she's amazing. Her and her sister, Kaylisa, are just superstars, and they're learning 100%. And she's almost, completing the Gracie Combatives program. And here's the whole point, is that it's a numbered curriculum. So the way it works is, last week we taught lesson number 20, yesterday on Saturday. Tomorrow is lesson number 21, and then 22, and then 23, and then it starts over, lesson 1, 2, 3, 4. But you don't have to complete the curriculum in order. You can come to all the classes for all the beginner programs in any order because there's no experience necessary to start the curriculum at any place in the cycle. So you just start showing up and getting check marks on your card. And as you complete these, the beauty is these programs, Gracie Combatives, Women Empowered, Gracie Bully Proof, are beginner programs. You can learn online with a partner. Already they exist in video form, but now doing it live, we can assess you while you're doing it, we can watch your performance, we can critique and adjust your details, answer questions, and especially if you're solo, we're showing every move solo, whereas our video curriculums are mainly designed for when there's two people working together. Like if you get Women Empowered, like the DVDs or the online course, in the structured recorded fashion, that's mainly intended for a partnered scenario at home, whereas the live Zoom sessions are intended, if you're solo, no problem. If you have a partner, great, but it's not a requirement. And this is the first time you've ever taught in this fashion. So these people are all completing these programs. And the best part is, once you complete Gracie Combatives or Women Empowered, our women's only program, separate card, separate techniques, full lineup. So we have all these women who are going through Women Empowered and earning check marks, and we're tracking, right? Tracy tracks for every single program. Every single student has their own card, and every card is a separate student's progress that we're manually tracking. So we're watching your way through. Now, what happens after all of this? Someone who completes all the lessons and develops muscle memory eventually will find a partner to practice with, whether they find it on Gracie University or in their own house. You find it online. We have a whole database of students. You get one partner, you start drilling and developing muscle memory. You learn them solo, you perfect them partnered, and then you take a test, the Gracie Combatives test, the Women Empowered test, Gracie Bully Proof test, and once you pass the test right there, you can actually earn your Gracie Combatives belt or your Women Empowered. That's the official, like, this is our beginner belt for someone who completes the beginner program, Gracie Combatives. This can be tested for at a certified training center or online through video evaluation, the Gracie Combatives belt. Because we want to see you demonstrate all 36 lessons, all 70 plus techniques perfectly and in combination, and then you earn this through the video evaluation process, which you can do from home with a partner. And then after your Gracie Combatives belt, then you can test at a certified training center for blue belt, eventually purple belt, brown belt, black belt. That's going to be all years and years and years of practice. But for our beginner programs, they're all testable via the video evaluation process. So no matter where you are, you can not only learn, you can actually be, and when you send in the videos, we assess your performance and we watch. It's a 25-minute test for Gracie Combatives and Women Empowered. We watch every minute and we give you deductions for critical errors that you make. And then with those
deductions.
Specific. So it's like, yo, on this move, you did this wrong, so fix that. And if you make more than 10 mistakes, you fail the test. Fewer than 10 mistakes, you pass the test and you earn your official belt. We will send it to you. The point is, this can happen via video, so don't think of yourself as removed and isolated, and because of COVID, you can't do Jiu-Jitsu. It's wrong. The people who think that are just sitting in the dust, while the people who know that we're making legitimate progress and they're climbing the ladder and learning the techniques and developing the skill set such that when COVID clears and they show up at a certified training center anywhere in the world, they show up with their card, because we're going to send your card to the school with all the progress that you made. You're going to show up with your card and potentially with your Gracie Combatives belt and say, look, I completed Gracie Combatives in quarantine. How amazing would that be if they just showed up and they were like, yeah, I want to join Master Cycle. I want to join. I've never been to a school. I want to join Master Cycle now. And you will be ready. You will be capable because our curriculums are so well structured and designed for that. Now, anyone who signs up for our Zoom live Gracie Combatives, Women Empowered, Gracie Bully Proof curriculums also gets access to our online curriculum of the video recordings of that lesson.
And again, the difference is those videos are meant for partnered practice. They're designed for partnered practice and they're linear, which means you start at lesson number 1, then you go 2, 3, 4, 5, and you go in that direction.
On the pre-recorded videos.
Yes, in the pre-recorded. But for Zoom, they're done in any order, and you do not need a partner for the Zoom classes.
And we're going to track your progress individually, so at any given time, you know and we know what more you have to do to complete the program, and then of course, eventually get your partner, get those muscle memory reflexes, and then get to testing to verify that you actually know the stuff. Because learning is one thing. Everyone puts out videos, everyone puts out information on the internet for Jiu-Jitsu. Gracie University is the only organization that has a system in place where we can actually verify that you learned what we're putting out on video. Mm-hmm. So we can see you. And that's also how we verify quality at certified training centers, because when someone completes Gracie Combatives at a certified training center, they take a test, the instructor on location films the test, records the test, sends it to us, so we can verify that at the certified training center, they're also meeting the quality standard. So you're just taking the official test at home that is also done exactly the same way, administered equally at a certified training center.
And one thing to mention is that, you know, every state and city is different, but there are some certified training centers that are open right now throughout the world. So if you go to gracieschools.com, you can look for a certified training center in your area that offers these specific programs. The exact same techniques that you learned today, you will learn in Gracie Combatives.
About half of our 186 certified training centers today are open. They're free to clear. They're training Jiu-Jitsu. The other half are still restricted with modified or no classes live at all because of COVID. But the point is, check the list, talk to the school, and get to the school. And even if they are open and you're not comfortable, here we are for you. Now, the way it's going to work is this, you guys. This is the offer we want to make available to you guys. That's called the fence offer. If you're on the fence, you need to get off the fence. What we're going to do is starting tomorrow's Monday, we're going to start sending you for 1 full week, we're going to send you codes to all access for all live Zoom classes like this. It's going to happen tomorrow. I'm teaching at noon, then I'm teaching at 5 o'clock kids class, Gracie Bully Proof, 6 o'clock combatives, 7 o'clock master cycle. Tomorrow day, all classes I'm teaching. So the point is you're going to get a full week long of access. During that week, you're going to have a chance to immerse yourself and basically earn credit for classes that you're doing. Tracy's going to keep track of all the classes you do. So your attendance this week is as if you were live here in Torrance training with us in these live classes. At the end of the week, you're going to say, okay, I know what it's all about. I love Gracie Combatives. Now you can try Gracie Combatives, our co-ed beginner class. You can try Women Empowered, our women's only self-defense, 20 most important techniques for women. You can try Gracie Bully Proof. If you have children between ages 4 and 12, the kids are with you. So parent and child, and the parent teaches the techniques. We teach you the techniques, we show you how to do it, and we teach you how to teach your child live. So I'll talk to the kid and say, kids, get on your parents' back and do this, and parents, shake them like this and do it like that. So we're literally teaching you how to teach your parents, how to teach your children. You guys, these kids' classes are the best thing ever. They're so much fun. It's family time. It's us connecting with you. We can see all of you, and we're showing you how we did it in the Gracie household growing up. It's play jitsu is what it is. But they're also have their own card, and your child is earning their own, look at this, child's earning their own thing. And with the children, they even earn their stripe, right? So we send you the stripe, they can put it on, and here's the other part with the kids, you guys. Because the kids' progress is super legit. Look with the kids, Gracie Game Day. Okay, we have this whole process. Every 2 months, we change character development chapters. So this chapter right now is caring. So it's health, responsibility, respect, citizenship, manners, caring. So different character traits that we all want to instill in our children, but we have trouble doing. Every 2 months, we have a party, a Zoom party, games only, all Zoom games for an hour. This party is attended by kids who earn points at home for character development during that chapter. And if they qualify for the party, look at this, you guys. They get the character Gracie Game Day patch, caring, gold, silver, bronze, look at that, bronze, and the white one, the brand new one there for the beginners. So the point is, you guys, all these patches, all this progress, all the systems that we do in live classes here, we're doing live online right now. It couldn't be more legit, and it couldn't be more real, the interactions, and we couldn't be having more fun meeting people through Zoom and having these relationships. I'm seeing the same people in every class.
So fun.
And it's like, yo, what's up, KK, what's up, my friends? They're all there, my bros. Every class is
actual progress being made. That's what, like Henry said, we didn't know going into this. Is this even possible for people to learn on Zoom
solo
and to be solo
it's
and
crazy.
be making progress? And it absolutely is, and it's incredible to watch.
So you could be two categories. One is no, it's not possible. The other category is no, we're doing it. We're learning, we're growing, and by the time we get back to partner practice, schools are open, everything's normal, you're gonna have developed so much muscle memory and foundational jiu-jitsu understanding that when you then plug in a partner later, you've already done 90, 80, 90% of the work. So all you have to do is 10% of little adjustments and adaptations. You don't have to learn the art from scratch. And the best part is, if you've ever been intimidated about going to a BJJ school, this is the safest way to start. You're at home, no one's looking at you, no one's, except for me, and I don't have any judgment. No one cares. You're just learning on your own with us, and you're safe, right? You're going at your own pace, learning the techniques, and that's what so many people are liking. People are starting jiu-jitsu now who've never thought about doing it before because this is the least intimidating platform through which this is possible. So we're super stoked with the friends we've already made. We're excited to have you guys on board. But like I said, here's how the deal's gonna work. We're gonna unlock and start sending you tomorrow access codes. Now, if you're watching from Instagram or YouTube or Facebook right now, other platforms, because we oversold, we didn't even sell this seminar. We overbooked. Well, we oversold it in the sense that we hyped it so much.
We did sell
it. We overbooked this seminar, and if you're watching on other social media platforms, you're not gonna get the free access codes for the whole week unless you email Tracy right now at zoom@gracieuniversity.com. Simple. Zoom@gracieuniversity.com. Email Tracy and say, yo, can I get the access codes for the week? I was in the live webinar. I want to be on this for the whole week for free. And you're going to be coming into regular classes. And we're going to print a card for you. We're going to start tracking your classes as if you're fully legit. Everything's going down. At the end of the week, we're going to send you some offers, some program membership options. And the memberships vary, right? There's once a week, twice a week membership, like a normal school, 3 times a week, unlimited access. There's even Zoom recordings access. So every single class is recorded in high def and is made available the week after online so that if you miss a live class, you can watch the recorded identical lesson and still get yours in. You know why those matter? International time zones.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because some classes are 6 p.m. or 4 a.m. in Australia. At that point, you can't do it live, but the recorded session is available for you next week. So the point is, there's different membership options. And at the end of this free week that we're going to give you, we're going to send you those membership options in full detail, and we're going to make some offers to you guys that you guys will not be able to resist, because you're going to say, man, I've been on the fence for a long time. I love the seminar. I love the free week. And now, based on this amazing opportunity, I'm going to take advantage. I want to learn jiu-jitsu. I'm not going to take no for an answer anymore. Let's do this. Welcome me to the family. And there you are. We go at it 100% all the way and make it happen. But like I said, if you're on the Zoom stream, you're going to get access codes already because we have your email. The rest of you guys, you're in the dark unless you email zoom@gracieuniversity.com.
Are there any questions out there?
Hey folks, wow, thank you so much. This is just superb. I'm greeting you from the Rocky Mountains of Alberta, Canada. You can see the snow.
Beautiful.
But,
awesome.
Yeah, as an educator, I've had many courses online, like over the last months. What you folks are doing is top shelf. It's superb. I'm super impressed. And we train here in our family in various forms, and I've been looking for training possibilities, and I'm pretty convinced on what you guys have to offer. We have young kids as well, in spite of the gray beard. And I'm just curious because is it possible to get a 1 week rain check? Because my folks are a couple days drive away, and my mom's she's in very poor shape, and I need to go out there and be with them. So I wouldn't be able to steward my family's training. But I could follow up with an email. This was amazing, and I like, my hoodie loves you, so thank you.
Yes, no problem, sir. We will definitely make that happen, David. If you email Zoom@Gracie University and just let Tracy know that you want to delay the start of your free trial, we'll go ahead and kick that off. Hopefully your mom is okay. Send her our best. And we'd love to see you and the whole crew on screen together, so we don't want to jeopardize that. So you can send us an email, let us know when you'd like to activate it, and we'll make it happen. Everyone else, you're getting your email starting tomorrow, so you have full access. Unless you tell us otherwise, we're going for it, and we hope you guys make the most of it. We really appreciate everyone coming and joining for us today.
We had so much fun with you guys.
It went way faster. We thought 2 hours was going to be too long. It went way faster than we thought. And there was a lot of talking and situational and discussing and kind of setting up what the classes were like and the expectations. So we hope that you had as much fun as David did. And what happens is regular classes, we get right to it. We get in, we got our jiu-jitsu warm-up, we get right into the class, the techniques of the day. There's typically one standing technique, a couple variations, and then 2 to 3 ground technical variations. And then at the end of class, we blend them together with a reflex development drill like you saw. So it really starts to piece together very beautifully, and you cycle through those. By the end, we do a little visualization where we close our eyes and we walk through that. And then at the end of the visualization, we wrap it up. We award any recognition or stripes, acknowledge any students who are passing certain milestones, which we like to do in the kids and the adult classes. If someone reaches 20 classes, we like to acknowledge them on camera and show our appreciation for them, and let their peers also show the appreciation, because we're all in this together, and the energy is a collaborative group energy here. And the more people that come to class, the more exciting it is for everyone. And then we wrap it up. Thank you guys. We'll see you in the next class. And it's very much the rhythm of the road, and we just ride with it, you guys. It's full jiu-jitsu, full relationships, and just as we got to see you guys and meet you guys today, it just gets stronger with more classes. And we look forward to having all of you take advantage of those free classes. And at the end, if you guys are inclined to do so, join us for the long haul. Jiu-jitsu is real. It's happening right now. Don't believe anybody who's telling you can't learn online or you can't learn from home. We've been hearing it for 12 years. Now everybody's on the online bandwagon. Everyone has their own online university. So it's quite the interesting thing to see right now. We've been way ahead of this for a long time. Now Zoom is new for us, and the solo and the direct is new, but also very exciting, you guys. It's almost like we're learning a whole new craft of jiu-jitsu delivery, and we think that we're holding a very high standard in how we're doing that. So we're excited to have you as part of the journey. So thank you guys very much. We don't know how long Zoom will go, these live interactions. We don't know if once COVID clears and we're back to regular classes, is Zoom over? Or if once COVID clears, we have so many thousands of Zoom members online from home that we're like, no, we're keeping them going because they clearly want to stay connected. Even though they have their own BJJ school, they appreciate the Gracie University direct connection. And if that's you, then guess what? We'll see you when we see you. And hopefully by the time this is all said and done, we'll ask for your opinion, and you can let us know whether you want to keep these going after COVID clears or get back to regular classes. Either way, let's take advantage of it while we have it. There is no failed opportunity here. It's just failing forward. Opportunities to learn and to grow together. As long as the energy's there and the excitement to learn, we're going to be just fine, you guys. Jiu-Jitsu continues, and we're glad to have you guys on the moving forward Gracie University train right now. Thank you very much.
Can't wait to see you this week. Make sure you take advantage of these 7 days.
All you can eat
Jiu-Jitsu.
We'll see you guys there.
See you there.
Thank you everyone for tuning in. We'll see you next time.